Hi guys. I'm in a special place. I can't believe how complicated this is. Honestly, it is so complicated. I know. Okay. Oh my god, my hair. Let's just fix that. I could never have a dual PC. Just have Cora show you what to do. I don't even have these in the right ears. Oh my gosh. Forehead quality. Okay, we have like no... I'm gonna open this this other streamer's stream, okay? Do I sound okay? I feel like Katzen is much more of a soft-spoken kind of person, so I'm afraid, low-key, kind of afraid. Andres delayed the start because he was... he delayed the start. Okay, to be fair, he ignored my Discord message for over an hour. Okay? To be fair. We got this bread. I know it's been so long since I went live now, since the cat ate my internet cord. But he's still answering questions, so we're chilling. We're chilling. How you guys doing? This is crazy. I feel so wrong. None of this feels like, I don't know. Just, I don't have the redeem, but I got the ears, guys. New camera. Okay, Grayish Plains, you're not in on the lore. I'm at my IRL friend Katzen's house. She is a streamer, and since I'm having internet issues and she wasn't having internet issues, I flew to her house across the country, and now we're streaming from her dual PC. So you can imagine how much that was tough for me. But we figured it out. We just couldn't run the test that we were originally gonna run because he didn't respond. Or like, whatever, because he was like doing his own things. But yeah, she has technically the same camera as me, but a different lens. And I would use my better lens at home, but it's like really zoomed in and my room is like short, whereas her room is very long. So like she can have her camera further away and I can't. You guys, we got accepted as a YouTube partner, by the way. Isn't that crazy? I have to use all of my brain cells because there's 2 mice and 2 keyboards for me to control right now. I have a 50. I have, which one am I using? It's like a something to 70. YouTube partner. Yeah, we got YouTube partner. So now we can stream in 4K on YouTube. Hi, New House States. I don't think that YouTube chat is gonna work on here. I tried, but yeah, that's not working. I don't know if my alerts are gonna work on here. Now that I'm thinking about it, because already, it doesn't matter. Today, it doesn't matter. This is not about us. This is about us being on the other guy's thing. I feel like I need to sit up straight. Like, I'm gonna come all the way back here. This just feels... Congrats on YouTube partner. Thank you. She is like... I did not realize how good of posture she had to be sitting in this chair. I just need to sit all the way back. I am channeling it. I'm channeling it. Okay. I need to see... I need to open his chat. Okay, let me... I'm gonna make us small for a second and put us over here. But this is who we are Why is this not letting me move it? Okay, well, you guys are gonna stay right there and you're gonna like it. Nope, that's not what I want. How do I make his chat come up? How do people operate on YouTube? I don't get how you guys do this. Where's his chat? Default view. She needs a stream deck. Oh, there's his chat. Yeah, you guys, he has 170 viewers. Fresh YouTube partner, by the way. I can now have memberships and everything. I think I made it $1. Please don't dox. Dude, I'm not opening anything. This tab, that's all you get. That's all you get. Me on
4K 120 FPS.
Let's see what he's cooking.
Maybe maybe they're still working on it.
I'm gonna
right?
mute
but
that.
I don't think they're like saving it for the anniversary is what I'm trying to say.
But he's doing like a Q&A.
Spheromancer, you mean we're not getting a new Star Fox 3D game for the 33rd anniversary?
He's doing a Q&A about
I mean,
I think it's more technically Zelda stuff. Is that too loud?
It might, maybe by coincidence.
Let me lower him just a little bit.
Shout outs to Ruby right there, just chilling on the bed.
Let's see what emotes do we got. Did mine get approved?
I would love a Star Fox for a 33rd anniversary.
Oh, mine didn't get approved.
I would love that.
I put a whole bunch of like emotes and stuff on there, but I got approved this morning,
And,
so I tried to set stuff up and I couldn't.
Come back eventually.
But
well, Nintendo doesn't forget about their.
But today, because I didn't really get a chance to super talk to you guys about it. Yeah, no MAGA jokes today, guys. Please, for the love of God. Honestly, please. Don't embarrass me. But this is his channel. And we're just going to be talking about the Zelda 40th anniversary. So I know you guys don't really care about Zelda. I know a lot of you guys don't care on Twitch. But guess who does care? YouTube. So we're going to just roll with that. And I need to use the correct mouse when I do this. I want to look at my stream information on YouTube. Oh my God. Can you imagine? Can you imagine me having a dual PC setup? I do not have the aura for this. We accidentally went live on Katzen's channel for like 30 seconds. It was my bad. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to ignore you guys by any means as well. I know I didn't say hi to everyone like how I normally do, but I'm so much more nervous today. One, because it's not like my stuff. And two, because I don't think I've ever done a stream collab before. It's crazy. It's crazy. I want to go to my stream information real quick. Go live. We're going to do great. Splod believes in us. Hello, Chala? Jade Deep Chala. Hi. How are you? I wanted to look at my stream information. Entertainment. I'm going to put us in gaming. Yeah, I'm going to put us in the gaming section. I feel like that makes more sense. We're doing crazy over here. Okay, I'm going to open my Twitch back up so we can see that. And then I'm going to unmute him real quick again.
Hey. I am
waiting.
still
Wait, can you guys not hear him?
Andy on to show up. She was literally on with me testing stuff beforehand, so she'll probably show up soon. So for those who are wondering, yeah. Okay, hold on. Okay. Having hope. How is Ruby? Can we see her before the stream ends?
Let me mute him here. I wonder if I can
tilt my mic.
He's waiting on us, guys. Okay, and then we got that, and then okay, and then we enter, and then Okay. Can you hear
Okay.
me?
I have to just. Oh. I gave her a Ruby just like blitz through and jump onto the computer. What are you doing? What are you doing? You want to rest here because it's warm?
Wow. Okay, I'm here. I don't know if he knows I'm here.
Hey,
I think he sees me now.
I do see you now.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I was trying to figure it out and then I realized I wasn't going to capture your audio until I had you open on the other computer. So, but we're here now.
We're here now and it's working.
I'm so sorry.
No, that's good.
Don't ever trust me with tech. That's the moral of this story.
No, I'll say that your video feed is high quality. Your audio is high quality. I mean, it looks better than my camera. I was just using a face cam and my desk is a mess. But
well,
we're here for the discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen your set though. Your set though is also good.
Yeah, it looks great. It looks great. This is just we're doing great.
I don't have to worry about the sword in the background.
Yeah, she's actually got 4. She has
That's
4
crazy.
swords. And
4 swords?
Yeah, no pun intended.
No. Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
I'm in that mood.
She's a
puns everywhere.
Yeah, she plays a lot of like variety RPGs, all those kinds of things. So she's gotten a lot of cool stuff over the years.
That's awesome. But we're here to talk about Zelda, but also a little bit about you. This is Andion, everyone. Her channel's linked in the description below. Up and coming content creator, loves Zelda, does live streams on Twitch as well. Has made some pretty good Zelda videos recently, so I strongly recommend you check her out. And she's here to talk about Zelda.
Hell yeah. Thank you. I'm so happy that you asked me to be on with you. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, I saw your videos. I was like, oh, yeah, she'd be good for a Zelda discussion. And you're like, oh, yeah, I watch your videos too. I was like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's a crazy call out, but I'm super excited. Yeah, it's been a lot of leaks recently, but a lot of rumors, lots of things. Like, you never know what's true.
We'll dive into some of that today or tonight. I do just want to, I'm going to check a couple questions here. Feel free to just jump in if you have an opinion on something. I'm just going to wrap up a little bit of Q&A with the chat, and then we'll kind of dive into our Zelda discussion here. By the way, Attack the Backlog is doing a podcast with Nash this Sunday, as he's saying in the chat. But just so you know, Attack the Backlog and I are doing a podcast later this week as well, where we're talking about the direct that's supposedly next week.
Oh, I
so
hope it is. That'll be good.
And Attack the Backlog, he hears things, so we'll see what happens. But
I know, I'm so hopeful.
Yeah. How do you feel about that, by the way? Because like right now, like there's different insiders that are saying they've heard about a direct next week. We're getting a lot of little stuff now, but I feel like there's 2 camps. We have the camp that's like, wow, Nintendo's really clearing the slate here. They must have a huge direct with way more exciting stuff. But then there's the other side. We're like, well, Nintendo's doing a lot of stuff right now. Maybe all they have left is a partner to showcase, and they're not talking about first-party stuff. Like, which side you're kind of on with how Nintendo's kind of handling things right now?
I feel like they're really gonna... I'm so pessimistic about a lot of it, but I really feel like they're going to probably not talk about as much. It's going to be very minimal, and it'll probably just be about all the little things and not really centered around their big things. Because like Pokemon's going to be later in the month for sure. There's no way.
Yeah, the one given we have.
I'm hoping at least they're going to do Zelda.
Pokemon's like, Pokemon's just been on a downward spiral lately, and I don't want to say I'm not a Pokemon hater for the record. I am a Pokemon defender, but I also try to be realistic. Like, Pokemon is not Zelda, right? It's not close to the same quality. Scarlet and Violet did have a lot of issues, even though I enjoyed it. It was bad.
It was fun. It was really fun. But
it was really fun. I think
so
they actually designed like a really good open world, and the way they told the story I thought was really good. But the execution of the environment and the visuals and the performance was abysmal, and not being able to go into houses. I mean, I hate that.
I mean, ZA was the same way. It's like they were just paintings. It's like Ocarina of Time in 1998.
Yeah. Except back then it was fine because it was 1998.
Right. They had a very good
Yeah.
excuse.
Yeah. Anyway, I mean, we could. I don't know if you heard about what Nate the Head said about Pokemon, but he said he heard that it's supposed to be visually appealing.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I heard that. I think I actually heard that from your last video. But I'll believe it when I see it. I mean, I'm hoping if it's gonna be only Switch 2, hopefully it is, because I mean, Breath of the Wild, Animal Crossing, all the new like upgrades, they look great. But I haven't tried running Scarlet and Violet on my Switch 2.
There is an enhancement, so I mean, I haven't bothered to do it either actually, but I know it exists. So
yeah,
it's too little, too late at this point for me. But
yeah.
I'm sure some people still go back to it.
I mean, ZA ran fine, so imagine if they optimized it the same way, then hopefully it's good. But
yeah. I mean, if it's Switch 2 exclusive, I'm not worried at all, actually. And actually, with Legends ZA, performance was not an issue. 60 FPS Pokemon game on Switch 2, at least. Like there weren't really any significant glitches or polish issues. It was just kind of like, they went very simple with the style, but
yeah,
it was executed well.
True. I just was so disappointed by. I don't know. It didn't have the charm, and I loved X and Y.
I'm changing the title to live stream hating on Pokemon. I'm kidding.
It's so easy.
Yeah,
they make it
a little easy. Yeah, but I mean, anyway, fingers crossed Pokemon's good, right? But it's kind of like, all right, well, is Nintendo gonna do something strong soon to get us excited, or are they gonna be like, hey, play Pokopia and Tomodachi Life, even though you don't like life simulators?
Yeah.
Do you like? Are you in the? Okay.
I personally, I do like
great
them.
for you. I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, I'm very excited about both of those titles.
Watch paint dry instead. So
you're not gonna play Pokopia at all?
I mean, maybe it'll convince me, but I'm not really. I don't know.
That blows my mind. It looks so good. It looks so cute. And Tomodachi, you didn't play Tomodachi Life on the 3DS, did you?
I didn't. No.
Oh my god, it's so
I saw
funny.
it and I was just like, it's not for me.
It is probably one of the funniest. It's just a meme. Like it's a slop game.
I mean, I know it appeals to so many people. I know. I'm not trying to say it sucks. I think they're gonna both be great. They're just not gonna be great for me.
Yeah, they're good for little snippets of videos to make laughs about.
Yeah.
But other than that, like they do lose their charm pretty quickly.
Do you feel like they are with the Animal Crossing crowd? Like that's kind of like the general type of gamer. Like if you like Animal Crossing, you'll probably like Pokopia and Tomodachi Life.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, Tomodachi Life I think has a little bit more of that classic cult style following because they made Miitopia and that was garbage. That was really bad. But then I think people are craving. They wanted the old Tomodachi Life on the Switch. Like when they made Miitopia, that's what people wanted. But they didn't do that. They made it like a little RPG. I don't know. It was really weird. But I think this one is going to get people really excited. Which is that one coming out on Switch or just Switch 2?
Which one? Tomodachi Life?
Yeah, Living the Dream. Is it Switch 2 exclusive?
It is a Switch 1 title, actually. They have yet to announce any Switch 2 enhancements.
It's like can't be that big of a game. It can't have that many issues. I would be surprised.
Pokopia is a Switch 2 exclusive. Last I checked.
I think so. I think you're right.
Let me double. I'm gonna double check that because on one hand I'm like, yeah, it's an exclusive. On the other, I'm like, what if it's a mobile game? Pokopia.
It probably could be. I'm sure.
System.
Like a little mini Minecraft with
Pokopia for Nintendo Switch 2. It's an exclusive for Nintendo Switch 2. Yeah. I'll tell you that with Pokopia, I was actually a little bit more interested in it at first, and then I saw more about it, and I'm like, oh, I don't know. So I don't want to say I'm an Animal Crossing hater because I tend to buy, I buy Animal Crossing like every other generation. But what happens is I start playing it, and I'm like, yeah, this is fun. I like this for like 20 hours. And like, why am I doing chores in a game when I should be doing them in real life? That's kind of, I don't know if that's just it's a personal issue.
That's valid. That's really valid. But I think they just, like this new one was really for the decorators. They did a phenomenal job with that.
Yeah.
But it that was the only new thing it brought to the table, which to me, like, huge. That was huge. But like in the previous games, I feel like they were really fun. Like they do, again, they lose their luster after a while, but this new one was so customizable that I think that's why people love it so much.
I'll say this. I did not play Animal Crossing with anyone. I played by myself for the most part, but I did play with a friend a little bit, and that was interesting. So I feel like if I got more into like the multiplayer, messing around, mayhem, joking around with friends, maybe I would stick around a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Also, I think I enjoyed Animal Crossing more when I was a kid because I
Oh
felt
my
like I
God,
had more
yeah.
free time. I didn't have that existential crisis every time I played Animal Crossing because I would, I just felt like, I had unlimited time back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They also were much more, I don't want to say charming, because actually they were kind of just like really out of pocket. Like GameCube, did you play the actual GameCube one?
No.
Oh my God, that game is so out of pocket. Like the characters are mean, they're sassy. I feel like that's a lot of the charm of Animal Crossing that people
I remember
were missing
Rossetti.
from this new one. Oh yeah, Rossetti is terrible,
Yeah.
awful.
I played a lot of Wild World and DS. That was
Yeah.
Rossetti would get mad at me a lot.
Yeah, Rossetti went to therapy in this game. So he's
Yeah.
he's nice now. But that's like, that kind of makes me sad. Like I want a character to tell me I'm an idiot, and like they were just brutal in all the old games.
They softened up.
They did. And
Yeah.
That's a
So,
shame to me.
I like it when my games beat me up. So
Yeah.
yeah. So let me just get to a couple quick super chats here, and
Yeah.
then we'll dive into the Zelda
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So we got a new member, Steak1024. Glad to have you. Awesome. Thanks for becoming a member. Got a super chat here from Simplebox for Ruby treats. Ruby appreciates you. I will get her some treats. Thank you, the Simplebox. Free Metroid hat, 2201 with another super chat. Thank you. Man, I hope we get a Super Metroid remake during the Switch 2 era. It's next in line for a remake after Zero Mission and Samus Returns. Yo, Super Metroid, that would be such a fun remake. I do kind of wonder what they would do first, Metroid 6 or a Super Metroid remake. I feel like, because Mercury Steam, they made Metroid Samus Returns, right? That 2D Metroid remake, and then that was Metroid 2. Then we got Metroid Dread 4 years later, a brand new Metroid in years. It feels like we have a little bit of a direction, but also Sakamoto might be retiring soon. A lot of Nintendo executives and developers are retiring because they're getting to that age around now. So I kind of wonder, maybe it would be best that he focuses on putting out another new entry first, because if he waits too long and we just do it like a Super Metroid, then like who's going to be there to kind of move the Metroid story forward? So like there's some big questions right now with a lot of like Nintendo legends stepping down because they're old. But I totally agree with you. I would love to see a Super Metroid. How do you feel about Metroid, Andy?
I feel like I've never played it.
So this is your Tomodachi life.
This is my Tomodachi life. Yeah, if it was like a shooting game where I really needed to like be aiming, and maybe I'm misunderstanding Metroid, but like I'm just so bad unless it's mouse and keyboard. When I was a kid, even worse. I need
Metroid Prime 4 has mouse controls.
I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so like 2D Metroid and Metroid Prime are like very different, right? Like Metroid Prime is first person, shooting. There's shooting, but I mean, the idea is more so adventure, with shooting elements. 2D Metroid is more, it's side-scrolling labyrinth style. Have you ever played like Hollow Knight, Silk Song?
Oh my God, yeah, I hated it. I'm so bad at it. They're great.
Well,
they're so cool.
That's kind of what 2D Metroid is. So,
Okay.
except instead of stabbing, slashing, you're shooting, dodging, blasting, finding crazy cool dark secrets, and fighting epic giant bosses and stuff.
I might actually be better at the 2D ones because there's less going on there. At Hollow Knight, like when I gotta get close to them to hurt them, that's where we start to run into some problems.
Yeah, I would say that 2D Metroid is not as brutally difficult as I've actually only played Silk Song, so I can't speak for Hollow Knight, but I
Oh,
assume it's about the same level of difficulty.
probably.
I've heard Silk Song is a little bit harder actually, but
Oh,
in that realm, I would say 2D Metroid is not as brutal unless you do the higher difficulties. But
that's not gonna be me first
you don't have to do
playthrough.
that. Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's a few different 2D Metroids on NSO. It's like you can play Super Metroid, Metroid Fusion, Zero Mission, all those classics with NSO if you have it.
Yeah, I probably
So
should. I
yeah.
just wasn't also like a spacey themed. I didn't like space themed things when I was a kid very much either, so that didn't help.
Yeah,
But
they're kind of eerie. How do you feel
mhm.
about eerie things?
I'm fine with it now. I'm sure a lot of games I really need to give a try. It's just a matter of having the time to give them a try.
Sure, I get it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not a fan. I'm not super excited for what's coming the next couple months. But afterwards, I mean, I'm excited for Dust Bloods. I'm excited for Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave.
Oh my god, me too.
So but yeah.
I'm
And
so
then last thing here, Steak also gifted a membership. Who is the winner of these lucky memberships? I haven't seen it. Let's see. Can I catch him? Can I catch him before the chat updates and I can't see anything anymore?
mhm.
Super Chris corrects me on Sakamoto. How did I pronounce it? Yosho Sakamoto. I mean, I probably said it quickly and butchered it, but I feel like I'm usually solid with pronouncing people's names. Anyways, Joycey has won the most recent membership. Congratulations, Joycey. Glad to see you here. But let's now dive into the Zelda talk. I don't even know where to start because there's so much. I feel like earlier you were talking about tempering your expectations a little bit,
Mhm.
but do you even let's start here. Do you think Nintendo is going to do something a little bit bigger for the 40th anniversary than what they did for the 35th anniversary?
I I don't, honestly. I think they need to, but I think that they're just really tone deaf to what they need right now. But I have a feeling they're at least they gotta port something. Like it's been a while, and I know people are saying they think Twilight Princess is gonna go to the GameCube NSO, but I don't feel like they would do that either because when they come out with the Wii, what are they gonna do? They can't put. I mean, they could put Twilight Princess on there as well, but why would they even want to put Skyward Sword there? Because they already had the HD port of that. I think it'd just be smarter for them to at least, bare minimum, give us a port of Twilight Princess. And then hopefully a trailer for the movie. Or a teaser or something.
Yeah. I mean, the movie's coming out May of next year, so I would say getting a trailer at the end of the year makes a lot of sense. So I actually do think they're going to celebrate the anniversary bigger than the 35th. And I mean, I'm a very big believer in Nintendo's cross promotional strategies. Like it's what's helped me predict so many things. It's what had me saying, listen, there's going to be a 3D Donkey Kong game made by the Mario Odyssey team, and it's going to come out around the opening of the Donkey Kong Park, which is literally exactly what happened, even though people called me delusional for years.
Wow. That is kind of crazy.
But I say that just because I do think there is reasoning behind it. It's not just for fun, right? Like it's business strategy. Nintendo has talked about in their financials how like in 2023, in the marketing lead up and afterwards for the Mario movie, Mario game sales just saw like a 1.2 to 1.3 increase.
As they should.
So, right. And I mean, this goes back to, the whole Nintendo's master plan, right? Like when Iwata kind of set the foundation with the Switch, and they were already talking about wanting to branch off to theme parks and movies because that helps to branch out their IP. They reach more people, and it kind of works both ways. People watch the movie, they want to play the games. People play the games, they want to watch the movie. They want to go to the park, they buy the merchandise. And so I do think there's intent behind the cross promotion, and so I do think that there's signs to this, right? another example of cross promotions, like looking at cross promotional strategies and us kind of helping us to predict what's going to happen. Mario Galaxy 2, people are like, yo, why did they not put it out for the 35th with 3D All Stars? And I was like, well, what if it's because they're saving it for the 40th to release Mario Galaxy 2 when they have the next movie, and that's literally what happened. And it's also I didn't expect this part, but they're like, oh, it's a Mario Galaxy movie. I'm like, oh wow, that's very on the nose, obvious. Hey, this makes sense. People are gonna buy this to watch it and then watch this, or watch this and then play this. And so I do think there's a lot of reasoning behind this. And so, you look at the success Nintendo has had with Mario's anniversaries. And outside of Mario and Pokemon, the only other game series that Nintendo really kind of pushes their anniversaries at all is Zelda, but it is definitely lesser than Mario. But I think after seeing the success they had with the 35th anniversary and also the follow-up with the Mario movie as well, that they're going to use Zelda's 40th and the movie to really push things.
Yeah.
And so I'm not saying we're going to get a giant 3D Zelda this year.
No.
Right?
There's no way.
Cool. But I do think if they're planning, say, an ambitious remake, they might tease it this year or whatever. I think a teaser, if we go back to the 35th anniversary, right? In the February Direct, we got Skyward Sword HD. Then they showed off Tears of the Kingdom with the name in that summer. And then we got the amazing, super exciting, most ambitious, incredible Game & Watch to close the year. So it wasn't that all together with some Zelda stuff, right? I think they're going to do more than that this year, right? So if we have a live action movie trailer, right? If we have a teaser for the future of 3D Zelda, I'm not saying it not come out this year. I'm not expecting that, but if they give us at least something to look forward to, as they typically do early on for most generations, right? So this is not like, even if there wasn't an anniversary or a movie, I feel like there's enough reason to think they'll at least tease something. And I think there's gonna be a couple of games.
Yeah, I mean, with their big leaks with the Tears in Reality, hopefully we do hear something from that. But I feel like in the 35th anniversary, why we got Tears information so quickly, it was copy paste, so it was really easy for them to. I mean, in theory, I don't know actually, but it felt like that was really easy for them to do. But because they're marketing Mario Galaxy right now, my fear is that they're gonna just overshadow it and wait until later. I have a feeling that this direct is gonna be so quiet for Zelda in the same way that it was quiet in 2021, because they really didn't acknowledge it. They put Skyward Sword in there, but they did not say happy 35th anniversary. Not once.
They did not. You're correct. They didn't acknowledge their 35th anniversary until the Game & Watch thing. Right.
So weird.
But my point is this. I do not think we're going to have a 40th anniversary direct, right?
Right.
But I do think Zelda's going to have a presence throughout the year.
I hope so.
I mean, we've already seen that. We have this really epic Ocarina of Time Lego set, which to me is an alarm sign of that cross promotion thing. Hey, why are they doing this? They also had a Deco Tree from Ocarina of Time before. There are the different Aonuma interviews about Ocarina of Time. What's going on here? So I do think they're building up to that. And so I think there's gonna be other stuff. I actually you brought up the Skyward Sword thing. That's literally what I'm expecting and I'm hoping for right now. I don't think they're gonna mention that literally they might subtly mention it maybe, but they're not gonna hard push it until after the Mario movie. I 100% agree.
Yeah.
But what they might do is announce something Zelda and then be like, hey, we'll share more details on the future of Zelda later this year.
Right. Which is such, I get the cross promotion thing you're talking about, but also why? Just give it a proper nod, please. It's not hard for them to have both things. I feel like it's just a greedy. Maybe that's to keep people on, keep people guessing on what the next thing is. Maybe that's the tactic, but.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just so many factors. Because what would be the thing they announce? Maybe there's nothing. But I feel like there's gonna be. This is all assuming we're getting a general next week. Right? If we get a partner, all that goes out the window, and we have to wait at least a month or two, at least a couple more months, maybe until summer, right?
Right.
So I don't want to necessarily predict exactly when these things happen. I just want to kind of talk about that they're going to happen at some point this year.
Yeah,
is my main thing.
That's why I think Twilight Princess is perfect, because then they can just really mirror all of those things, and that would be exactly what they did for Super Mario Bros. because they came out. I don't remember when they announced Galaxy, but then they came out not that long after. So they could do a little, here you go, and then have Twilight Princess ready for, I mean, I just don't want to speculate when it's coming out, but if it does mirror, then that pattern could be a summer game, which they need more games.
Yeah. I personally would be completely okay with Twilight Princess just coming to NSO.
Really?
Yes, but because I never played the GameCube version actually.
Me neither, actually. I don't know why I make that face. I haven't
When the
either.
Wii was coming out, I was like, I have to get this. It has the motion controls in the gaming.
Yeah.
And the 480p or whatever. Like, I was like, yes, I want this. I mean, I did still play I played the Wii U version, Twilight Princess HD, right? So I did get to experience like the proper angle of Twilight Princess.
Right.
But I'll tell you this about Twilight Princess. It's interesting because we were talking about Galaxy. People were wondering whatever happened to Galaxy 2. I think this is kind of a very similar thing because there were so many journalists that heard about both Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD. Jeff Grubb, Andy Robinson, and so we're like, okay, well, these people are legitimate journalists that we know have inside sources. Doesn't mean they get everything right. They don't. No one does.
Right.
But you know, I personally assume that it's based off something and not just hearsay. So what happened? Well, you know, my point with Galaxy 2 is that Nintendo saved it for a particular event. And it's obviously not something you have to take a long time developing, right? It was made years ago.
Right.
Same thing with Twilight Princess. And so maybe they kind of had a plan for a while to kind of push the anniversary into the movie, right? And so they're like, let's save Twilight Princess because it's going to be this opportunity to showcase a green tunic Link.
Right.
We've seen the movie leaks that has a green tunic Link. Like, they want to kind of reintroduce that character, hence why the Ocarina of Time Lego set, right? Maybe something bigger next year, Ocarina of Time remake, fingers crossed, or whatever it is.
So cool.
And so, you know, I think if there's ever going to be a time that we're going to get the Twilight Princess HD, it's this year. And if it's not this year, it's if it was ever real, they abandoned the idea. They're like, no, we'll just do NSO.
Right, and it's 10th anniversary. It's the HD port's 10th anniversary and the game's 20th anniversary. Like, that's huge. And it was the 10-year anniversary for Skyward Sword, too, on the 35th anniversary.
That's an interesting point.
So that's the other reason why I think it would be so easy for them to celebrate the 40th with another game that's celebrating an anniversary on its own. The same way they've done previously. I don't know when Galaxy came out. I don't know if it was 2006 as well.
Galaxy came out 2010. And so it came out last year. The 15th anniversary.
What?
Or was it 2009? Let me double check.
Wow.
Galaxy. Well, the thing is, it was Galaxy 1 and 2, so.
Oh, right.
I mean, I honestly, my opinion is that a lot of this sometimes it's just coincidence. It's just things kind of so happen to align. In the case of Galaxy 1 and 2, I think it was literally, hey, this is really good for the 40th anniversary. We're making a Mario Galaxy movie.
Right.
I don't think it's any deeper than that.
Yeah. And they're kind of small games in comparison. Like, putting two huge Zelda games together, in my opinion, is a lot. Twilight Princess and Wind Waker are not small, short, little games.
I mean, I feel like the Galaxy games are pretty big.
Did you feel? I feel like when I was a kid, I flew through them.
But did you get all the stars?
Okay, well, if we're gonna maximize all the stars, then
no.
I
mean, my thing about 3D Mario and 2D Mario is that typically when you get all the stars, there's always like that secret bonus, super hard, cool level.
Oh.
Right. So like, just getting to like Bowser, the final Bowser battle, to me, that's like the pre-game. The real game begins.
Oh.
At star 61.
Sheesh. Okay.
So like, for me, they're big games.
Yeah.
But I do still agree with you. Zelda is in generally larger. Yes.
Yeah.
And
people will pay for them separate.
Yeah.
I don't know if people are gonna be happy if they have to pay for Galaxy 1 and 2 separate with a large price tag. When they did Smash or Super Mario Sunshine, what was it? Sunshine 64, and what was the third game in it?
Galaxy.
It was Galaxy?
So they did Galaxy twice.
That's messed up. I did not realize that.
Yeah.
You said that earlier, and I was like, what are you talking about? Now, that was the third game.
Yeah. So it's not beyond Nintendo to remaster a game more than once.
Wow, they do that with Pokemon
Um,
cards too. That's crazy.
yeah. Um, and so I mean, I guess I'm gonna ask you, like, what do you think about Wind Waker HD then? Because we do have Wind Waker on NSO. Are you saying, hey, that's done? Give up on the Wind Waker HD dream. You have it on NSO.
I want
That's
it.
it.
This copium, but I don't think we're gonna get it. But I want it. I need it really bad. It's my favorite. It's my favorite Zelda game. And playing it, did you play through Wind Waker on the NSO yet? It feels
I haven't.
bad.
I've played it, but I haven't I've beaten Wind Waker like a billion times, but I haven't
Right.
beaten it on NSO.
Yeah.
But I've played through the first few hours. I thought it was fine, but
Well,
I
it's
don't know.
inverted still. And maybe I just couldn't figure out. I don't think you can change the controls, but I did a Wind Waker randomizer recently and totally I did the Wii U, the HD one, and being able to like do your normal like modern day analog stick turning your camera and all those things, like it makes such a big difference. The wind sail, it's just a different game. It's just so much better to play through. And I love the online stuff, but I want to
Oh, I
play
would
them
love to see that
offline.
come back.
I want to play them offline.
I'm trying to double check if there's control configurations for
So,
NSO. I thought there was. I mean, I know you can customize your controls on a Switch menu. And when I look at settings, there's a CRT filter, show controls in game. That's not really control, because maybe it is. I'm just looking at it. It's not in the right place. I really thought there was a way to customize controls.
I don't think you can. I mean, I tried because I was trying to get my friend to play it because she had never played through it. And like I said, it's my favorite game, and it just felt really awkward after
Oh,
playing
actually,
HD.
no, yeah. All right, so you can if you press minus in your game, change controls. But you're talking about inverting the stick.
Yeah. So like how like it inverts the looks. I don't think you can.
Select the action to set. Okay. Move camera. Yeah, I think I just changed it, so I swapped up and down on right now. You see how it's
Can
red?
you do left and right?
I feel like, yeah, so like if you click it and then you click the one you want to switch it to, now that's also red. It's kind of hard to see, but
Right.
yeah, I think you can. Now I'm gonna play Wind Waker later and I'm gonna be like, what the hell
Oh
happened?
yeah, you if that is fixed, then that is fantastic because that was like bad, but I still want Wind Waker HD.
Oh yeah, I mean the fast sale and the
Yeah,
visuals.
so
Yeah.
much better.
Yeah,
But I
so like
mean, I don't
if
know.
you look now, all of this is red. So
Mhm.
I swapped up and down, left and right.
Damn.
So you can do it, but yeah, you have to press minus in the game. So when you're already in the game, press minus, you'll see a view change controls option. I still agree with you that Wind Waker HD would be nice, like the fast sale.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also that's not very elegant what I just did. It was a little confusing. But
Right.
you can still do it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really don't think that they're gonna do both. And if they do a Wind Waker HD port, I don't think it's anytime soon. I just don't see them doing a dual Twilight Princess and Wind Waker port like those. I don't know, I just think Nintendo's too greedy to do that.
I just don't even care that much anymore. So like
That's fair.
I mean I have a Wii U, so I can go
Me
back and
too.
play them.
Yeah.
It's not the most elegant way to play them because like
Right.
my gamepad is like the battery's rotted, so I just have it like plugged in
Eternally
constantly.
plugged in, yeah.
Yeah. So I would like. I mean, I'll just be happy if they add it to NSO. But I do like I said, I'll stick with what I said. If we're ever getting Twilight Princess HD, I think it's this year.
This is the
And
year.
if it's not, it's just not happening.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very unfortunate.
Do you think they'll ever did you know about the Wii U tech demo?
Oh, the old Zelda one that looked like super, well, now.
Incredible.
Yeah.
it still looks good somehow.
It still
And
does.
that was 2011. That was
Yeah.
15 years ago.
Yeah.
Almost. This summer would be 15 years. Um, so like, do you think they'll ever go back and remake Twilight Princess to look something like that someday?
No. I mean,
Never.
it would look great. It would look amazing, but I just don't think that that's the game that they would put all the love into. Like, it doesn't need it the same way like Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask
Well,
could use that treatment.
all right. So, but I'm thinking long term. Like, I think we get Ocarina of Time remade first.
Right.
Then once that happens, they're like, all right, well, now we got to do Majora's Mask in the next 4 to 6 years or something. And then after that, that's going to be, like maybe almost 15 years from now.
Yeah.
At that point, like, hey, like, Jesus, by the time we get a Twilight Princess remake like that, I am going to have a lot more white hair.
Yeah, I just don't think, unless the only way I think that's going to happen is if they actually remake Ocarina of Time. If they don't remake Ocarina of Time, they're not going to do that. If they don't overhaul one game that people loved, like critically acclaimed, like top 10 on IGN or whatever, there's no way they do it to Twilight Princess.
I mean, I agree that Ocarina of Time's the first one to get the big boy remake. But once that happens, the door's open. I'm sold on Ocarina of Time remake happening. Like I am hyper convinced.
You really think so?
Yes.
Fully 100% remade.
105.67%.
I'm so pessimistic. I think it's just gonna be the 3D port, but just like upscaled even more.
I mean, I feel like that would be tone deaf. So but you're not alone, right? There's a lot of people that are like, I don't believe, but like I would say that why not?
Yeah, why not?
I mean, you look at the success Capcom has had with all the Resident Evil remakes. Remaking, remastering things is just becoming more and more prevalent. Like I don't. Why can't they? Nintendo has done some ambitious remakes and remasterings. It's not like it's out of the question. They've done them. And Ocarina of Time is iconic.
It is.
So, I don't think it's out of the question. And I mean, the most up-to-date version of Ocarina of Time is Ocarina of Time 3DS, which is archaic.
Looks so good,
at this point.
I thought it looked so good. It blew my mind.
It blew my mind back when it came out back in 2011, so
yeah.
So it's 2026 now,
yeah,
right? It's been 15 years. So
it was made for such a tiny screen.
Yeah. I mean, but I feel like everyone's like, I heard my spiel on why I believe Ocarina of Time remake is happening. Like this, the biggest thing is that Aonuma has been in 2 different interviews where he basically hinted at it, and he has such a long history of hinting and teasing Zelda games. Like he's even confirmed that he does this. So it's not like this isn't out of the question. So, I do think that there's that. And then I mentioned the cross-promotional stuff, right? We've seen the Ocarina of Time Lego sets. There's been more than one already, right? So it's kind of like, I don't... there's even like a patent that has Navi in what appears to be the Forest Temple.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I talked about that in one of my other videos. But see, like, it looks like her. I read the patent. It didn't necessarily... Maybe I'm misreading it, but it also looked... Did you play A Link Between Worlds?
Yes.
It also kind of... I haven't played it in years, but it also looked like A Link Between Worlds. Like the photo of whoever the person was in the photo, and maybe it was just a placeholder, like that looked like Ceres, the sage from the game, like identical. Yeah,
so I understand what you're saying. I don't... So I think the first time I saw the patent, I saw it from Mike Odyssey, and he saw the resemblance, right? And I do think there is a resemblance painting wise, like there's the Post Sisters and stuff, and maybe to your point, like that from like Between Worlds. But what I look at it, because the point of a patent, it's not so much the visuals, it's the technology they're trying to patent, right? And so the focus of the patent, from I remember. At least based off the images, it was navigating the screen with a fairy, which is very Ocarina of Time Majora's Mask, and it has me wondering, why would they use a fairy to navigate an environment And this patent came out alongside other updated Zelda patents as well, a lot of which were
True.
seemingly very Tears of the Kingdom related, but they're updating them for a reason. And so, I mean, it could be for something else. The thing with patents, they don't guarantee anything. All it shows is Nintendo's working on stuff for that. They work on all sorts of things. A lot of it never comes to market, right? So that it's not like a guarantee of anything, but it's just kind of like, huh, why are they working on technology for a fairy moving around on a screen?
Right. I really hope
So
that it is the remake. I
yeah,
really do. I just feel like every time I get really hyped up about a project like that, that's when it's all out the window.
that's when it poofs out of existence.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if I want something, it's not going to happen.
yeah.
But
I
I would
mean,
love it.
it's a rumor, it's a theory,
Right.
it's not confirmed. We'll
Right.
see what happens. But I'm willing this one into existence. So, and
Yeah.
I just think I think, I mean, it would have been great for the 40th anniversary, but I just the way things have kind of fallen and what we've heard from like rumors and stuff, and also the success that we saw with Mario Wonder following the Mario movie in 2023, I do kind of feel like having is going to follow the live action movie, which comes on the first half of next year, having that as like a big holiday release would actually be a really good idea.
Yeah.
Um, oh, here's the thing I want to throw it at you. So you've heard about the tears and reality leak, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's very far off, right? I'm not expecting if that gets teased or announced soon. Great, but I've been down this road before, right? The 3D Zeldas, like the brand new ones, like there's just trajectory of just taking longer and longer, right? I wouldn't be surprised if it takes 7 years. Now, if they find a way to reverse the trajectory, that'd be awesome.
Right.
But yeah, I'm not gonna expect it.
They have a
I've
lot
been
of big
down
things
that road
they need
before.
to work on.
Yeah. However, I think that situation kind of prompts two interesting ideas here. One, maybe Nintendo realizes that 3D Zelda development is taking such a long time, so they need to think of a way to kind of tide fans over. In the meanwhile, having a remake series might be one way to do it. You look at what
Right.
Capcom does with Resident Evil games. It's not just the new Resident Evils, it's also the remakes. Look at Square Enix, actually. They have the new
Yeah.
Final Fantasies, but they also have the remake trilogy.
They're pumping them out.
So yeah, they're pumping them out, right? Because they're developed concurrently.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it we see other companies that Nintendo gets along with really well, that have histories that are aligned. It happens for a reason because it makes sense.
Right.
So I'm just saying, I think it would benefit Nintendo to come up with a strategy to solve for this problem of having to wait 6 to 8 years for a new 3D Zelda. And
Yeah.
they've already done all the remasters. We're past the remastering point. They got to go bigger now, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of like another point I'll throw out there. But something I think is interesting and why I kind of thought of the Tears in Reality thing. I hope this becomes a pattern. So Nintendo told us when they were working on Zelda U, Breath of the Wild, right? You had Wind Waker. They gave us Wind Waker HD. You're like, hey, we were working on Wii U. We were like, oh, we were playing around with some stuff, and this looked really cool, so we're gonna give you Wind Waker HD, right? That's how it was kind of born. I'm paraphrasing, but something to that
Right.
effect, right? But it was also a fun teaser because they were exploring around with the open world concept, and Wind Waker was kind of like the closest thing to a true open world for Zelda at the time. So Wind Waker, from a gameplay perspective, was kind of a little bit of a teaser for Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
And then we go back to 2021 when they give us Skyward Sword. They made sure to only talk about that first, but say, hey, we'll tell you more about Zelda later on in the year.
Mm-hmm.
And then they revealed, well, we already knew about Tears of the Kingdom, but they showed off more footage and they revealed the sky exploration, which is
Yeah.
really interesting immediately after giving us Skyward Sword, which was about sky exploration. So
True.
they
Yeah.
used that as a teaser for that gameplay mechanic in that. And so now thinking about this idea that Ocarina of Time remake could be happening, right? If it is, putting that out before the next 3D Zelda might make a lot of sense when we think about this Tears in Reality leak we're hearing about, because the idea is using different spaces, interdimensional puzzles and such, right? Ocarina of Time kind of did a lot of
Mhm.
that. It was a similar light and dark world mechanic, but it was past and future.
Mm-hmm.
So if they bring that back, maybe, refurbish some things, maybe add in a little bit of new, that would be a great way to kind of like prime us and tease us for for what they're kind of working on for the bigger thing a few years later.
That
So
would be cool. I didn't think about it like that. I never thought about their connections between all of the different ones.
just putting it out there,
Yeah.
it makes sense.
That would be really cool.
I mean, I'm the crazy man. I'm like you ever seen the aliens meme where the guy's like this
Oh.
and he has the hair? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like to think there's logical reason behind what I'm saying, but not everyone agrees. So
Well, I mean, that could be super valid. I mean, the tears in reality, it's like it's different, but it could, the time traveling in Ocarina of Time could easily be that, because like if you're in another dimension, it could just be, because we only know so much about it, and who knows like how
Yeah,
it was
that's
actually
just
to
one
be
thing.
interpreted.
right, and it may not even be a real rumor. I think it is based off the track history.
Yeah,
but
no, me too.
you know, but
I don't know how I
it's just
feel
one thing.
about that style of game though. I don't know if it's gonna be
Yeah,
Breath of the
so
Wild tears.
I saw I'm curious on this. I saw your rankings, and you don't think too fondly of Breath and Tears actually.
Okay, I love them. They're great. They are great games. They are very fun, but I don't feel that they're very, and I feel like I get flamed when I say it, like they just don't really feel very Zelda-y to me. They're
You're not alone.
like, you could slap a brand new IP over those two games and like you'd be like, "Oh yeah, this has nothing to do with Zelda." Like it's so, like you could slap Minecraft over it, especially on Tears of the Kingdom. It's like, "Oh yeah, this makes sense. It's just a new story mode in Minecraft." I miss like the natural flow of storytelling. Like I don't,
Sure.
it's the memories. If they kept everything the same way, like the weapon system, the open world and everything, but they just didn't have the memories and you're just experiencing it like as
Yeah.
you're finding it out, I think I would feel way different, because I love their stories, but it feels like you're watching a little TV episode on the side, like it's a little anime episode, and then you're
Yeah.
just running around and doing like a bunch of BS.
Yeah. So I actually agree with your points. I think I'm higher on Breath and Tears than you, but I agree with what you're saying. Like
Yeah.
I totally understand that, and I definitely think they should, and I definitely think they will kind of move a little bit more in a direction that you'll prefer.
Yeah.
And tell me if you agree with this point. Story in Breath of the Wild, very segmented, very awkward because Link was mute.
Right.
But I feel the story improved in Tears of the Kingdom. They had a more exciting exposition. And because a lot of the story was told just from the perspective of Princess Zelda, where she wasn't mute, it
Mhm.
was at least better than Breath of the Wild's.
I kind of agree. Like I
Kind
do
of agree.
think,
Sure.
I think that those memories, and maybe I'm just not remembering them correctly, but like they felt so much shorter lived than everything. And then like at that point, like we should have just been playing the game of Zelda. And I know like Age of Calamity, whatever, but like it just, to me, it didn't feel sufficient either, because there were so many other parts of the story that were lacking. Like the memories were fine. Like I love the memories, but like
Sure.
then you go to the sages and they are quite literally
that part, that was just,
copy paste.
yeah, that part was terrible.
And
I
then
I 100% agree.
I don't know like
Yeah.
how you did the memories, but I had to complete them in order. I had to. So I Googled it. Like I wasn't gonna mess around. I
Yeah.
like speed ran all the memories and stuff. And then when you complete the memories, no one acknowledges what you find out.
Yeah.
It should change the game, in my opinion. It should change some flavor in the game,
Um,
but it doesn't.
I do think that I think you bring up really good points. I think they were moving in a good direction with Tears of the Kingdom, but I think there's more work to be done.
Right.
Yeah, I think they need to have an open world that evolves as they progress.
Exactly. Because it
I
doesn't.
agree. Yeah.
And that was lazy, because you had the map already made.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
made the depths for what? For nothing. In my opinion. Nothing.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I think when Tears of the Kingdom came out, I was higher, and then in retrospect, I'm like, yeah, this is good, but I don't feel like 100%ing it like I did Breath of the Wild, because it's just, also, because of the crafting system, you can move around a lot quicker,
Right.
and that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool, I'm glad I got to enjoy that, but also it has me kind of blitzing through the environment more,
Right.
and I'm not really smelling the roses as much.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I mean, I also kind of agree. Like, there's the Sky Islands; they all look really similar for the
Mm-hmm.
most. There's some that are really unique. Like
Sure.
there are some cool, unique stuff to find, but
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
don't think like it's common enough. I don't think there's enough variation. Um, and so I would almost prefer I still want open world, open air, but I would almost prefer something a little bit denser, with more
Mm-hmm.
variety.
Mm-hmm.
Which is almost kind of like why I'm more excited for this next Zelda game because we made Switch 2. Switch 2 is way more powerful. We'll
Right.
be able to accomplish a lot more. They won't be as limited by the hardware. I honestly think like Switch 1, like it just I mean, it was Breath of the Wild was cool back then because it was a huge step up for us,
Right.
for Zelda standards at least, right?
It was very fun.
Um, but by the time we got Tears of the Kingdom, so much time had passed. The Switch One was so dated, and like, don't get me wrong, what they did with the physics is incredible.
Right.
But
Yeah.
um, yeah, I mean, I kind of feel what you're saying. The crafting thing, I don't want. I don't need to come back.
Yeah. It's
That's a
gimmicky.
Tears of the Kingdom thing. And I actually think that with Breath and Tears, especially with Breath of the Wild, they went into it with a perspective of we are going to make a different Zelda game. We are
Right.
going to break the convention of Zelda. Like that was their goal. That was their philosophy. So every time
Mm-hmm.
they kind of went back to it, it's like, oh, we should do the hook shot. Oh, we should do this. Like they were like, no, 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 let's do something different.
Yeah. They
I
broke them
think
all right at
now,
the conventions.
yeah, they did. But I think now that they've kind of done that, they're going to get more comfortable with revisiting stuff. And I feel like we saw a
I
little bit of that
hope
in Echoes of
so.
Wisdom.
Yeah. That game was
So
so cute. That was such a fun game.
I liked it.
And
Not as much as Breath and Tears, but
right.
I mean, it's
But
2D Zelda. I usually don't
right.
like 2D Zelda as much.
Yeah, and
It's
like
still good though.
it can be really frustrating to play at times, but like it was it was cute, a fun way to introduce Zelda as a main character, and I was really hoping that that was Nintendo putting out a feeler for maybe people won't be mad if we make Zelda a more playable character instead of making her like just a little plot
Yeah.
piece. I
Onuma
think it
teased
did
that, by
fine.
the way. 6 months before the game was announced, he was asked, "Oh, is there gonna be a playable Zelda?" I was like, "Oh, I don't know. There might be." Laughs, and then
And then here we
yeah,
are.
yeah. I'm paraphrasing, but there was something like that. Like I remember covering the interview, and is something to that effect.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah,
I worried that the going through the little rifts and fixing everything, like it was fine, whatever, but after hearing Tears in Reality, I'm wondering how in depth that's all going to be, or if it's going to be kind of like how Echoes of Wisdom is, like just maybe scaled up, obviously, a little bit, but where it's like not as fluid as I feel like it was made to seem in the leak, if that makes sense.
I mean, I have faith in the Zelda team. I think if there's a team that deserves our benefit of the doubt, it's usually them. Um, I also think they've done a. I mean, I think they did a great job with all the abilities in Breath and Tears. Like, I don't have an issue with them per se. Um, I don't want
Mm-hmm.
to go back to the Ultra Hand stuff, but I don't think it was like jank. I think it was really
No.
well polished. And
Mm-hmm.
I thought there's a lot of really cool like abilities you can combo into,
Mm-hmm.
in both games. So I think the thinking is just to come up with new, really cool abilities that lead to some really interesting puzzles. Like, I think that's the core idea. They want to give us a new tool set that
Right.
leads to some really interesting gameplay possibilities that have a wide variety of application.
Mm-hmm.
I like using that phrase for them because I mean that's what it is. Like it's like you get one ability, but you can do all these different things with it, and then you start
Right.
thinking about other combos. I love that. So I'm not worried about that part. I think that part's gonna be good.
I hope
Um,
so.
yeah. Have you heard about my theory about a hook shot coming back?
No, but I want it to so bad. I made a
Yeah.
video about like wanting some more traditional weapons back because they really
Yeah.
make the game feel more like Zelda. Just like who cares? Like bring the hookshot back. It's so cool. I don't want to climb everything.
No, I think they're gonna. Yeah, I feel like that. I'm okay with climbing, but I think adding a hook shot on top of the climbing makes the
Mhm.
climbing more interesting.
Mhm.
Um, and we don't need Ascend.
Yeah,
Ascend kind of breaks
it
level
does.
design.
Oh, it's such
Um,
great quality of life though.
yeah, but I mean, a hook shot would be kind of like a nice little middle ground. Like we could be
Yeah.
zipping around. We could still reach places very quickly, but we're still
Mhm.
kind of climbing and stuff. And it's still just a natural limitation of if you don't have a surface to grab onto within distance, then yeah, the hookshot's not going to work. But if there is, then yeah, the hookshot will grab onto it, and you're zooming around, right? It's like, and it's not like in prior Zelda games where it's just like there's a designated target. This would just be like, that's wood, that's rock, it can grab
Try
onto it.
Yeah.
As long as it's not a shrine wall, or maybe even then they'll
Right.
still have some stuff. So I'm okay
Yeah.
with that, but I do want them to add more variation. I do want them to
Mhm.
have a better total story. I think the world should develop. That's actually kind of one of the reasons why I like Scarlet and Violet, because I
Mm.
think they did a really good job of the story there, because it was kind of like, it's an open world, but there's kind of the opening chapter, right,
Mhm.
which is linear, and then the
Right.
game opens up, and you have 3 different kind of like routes, each one telling its own story as you progress. And then once you beat all 3, there is a final chapter that also has like its own linear story, right? So like
Right.
there's different story beats, and there's phases to the game, but you still have this open world exploration. I feel like that would be really cool for a Zelda game.
Yeah. It's
So
a great way. It's a good compromise.
yeah. But let's go back, because we've just been talking about like what we want to see for
Yeah.
open air Zelda that's like
Yeah.
probably years away.
Right. Right.
You think Twilight Princess is coming out this year? I think
Yeah.
it's a good prediction, and I might be predicting it too. I'm not sure. I definitely think that's like, I'll stick to, again, as I said, if it's not this year, it's never.
Right.
Anything else do you feel like they're gonna do for the anniversary though?
Um, you know, I really think that like a little remake of a game. I don't think that a Ocarina of Time is this year, but I was thinking like later in the year, a more little 2D game makes more sense. And that's why
Or
I
for
was kind of
Legation
like
Two
back and
Seasons?
forth with like A Link Between Worlds and Ocarina of Time remake. I was like, well,
Sure.
like they A Link Between Worlds, you can't really play anywhere other than your 3DS. And that would be like, in my opinion, probably an easier game for, was it Grezzo's the one that does like the little ones, right? Like they probably
Yeah.
don't need to do that much legwork to get it to a Switch 2 capacity.
Yeah, my only issue with like believing a 2D Zelda remake is happening this year is just that Echoes of Wisdom just came out.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But then people are
Yeah,
saying like they had that game ready for a while.
that is true. So like it's hard to say. Um, I mean, I don't think it's impossible. I guess what I'm kind of curious on, like, I kind of want to look at like the history of like Zelda releases, and
Mm-hmm.
Zelda release by year. I don't know. I'm kind of like, do we have like a lot of precedent for there to be like really quick follow-ups? Is what I'm
During an
trying to say.
anniversary, you mean? Or just in
Not
general?
just in general. So I'm looking. Okay, I found a list here. Let me screen share it. Let me know if you can see this. Can you see it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is supposedly an accurate list. It seems to check out to me.
Yeah.
And so, like, well, if you look, I mean, there tends to be almost a Zelda game, pretty much almost every year, right?
Right.
But looking at more recent history, let's see. A Link Between Worlds came out 2013. Monopoly. What?
That doesn't count. Come on. Wow.
So the next 3DS Zelda was 2 years later. So not even 2 years later, actually. Link Between Worlds, and then a year and a half later, basically. Not even that. So like 4 months and a year. They put out the remaster of Majora's Mask, and then later that year they had Triforce Heroes, which was a multiplayer Zelda.
Yeah.
So, and this was basically 2 years after A Link Between Worlds. So, and then just, half a year later, Twilight Princess HD.
Yeah, they were cooking. Wow.
Yeah, Cadence of Hyrule, I don't count that. That's like
No.
an indie
Yeah.
side title spin-off thing. But I think I kind of look at Switch 1. We got Link's Awakening Remake 2019,
Mm-hmm.
and then we wait until 2024 for another 2D Zelda follow-up.
Yeah.
No, I mean, maybe they'll kind of reverse that a little bit. You know what I miss? I miss how, like, you look at this, Ocarina of Time 98, Majora's Mask 2000, Oracle of Ages and Seasons 2001, Force Works 2002, Wind Waker 2002, Four Swords
Yeah.
Adventure. There was a lot more. I kind of hate how like development cycles have gone so much longer now that
Yeah.
we don't see quick turnarounds like this anymore. Now, when I was a kid, a year or 2 years felt like an eternity.
Right.
And so it almost feels like they take as long now, but they
Yeah.
actually take way longer.
Not having the DS versus a major console really makes the difference. But that's why I'm hopeful that they can continue to try and pump out some of the old games that, you know, they already have made. And I don't know how hard it is to turn a game into a Switch game, like a 3DS game into a Switch game. But
I mean, I guess we'll also talk. What are we talking about here? Are we talking about like Link's Awakening remake style, where it's like a new like 3D visuals, right? Or are we just talking about like taking the pixels and redoing them or something?
I don't know how they do it, but I would say I'm talking more like Link's Awakening remake.
Yeah. I would love to. I mean, if they use the same art style, they could probably turn it out pretty quickly.
Yeah, because they look really close. I almost feel
Yeah.
like they modeled Link's Awakening after A Link Between Worlds, because I don't think there was another one that looked similar to that style before A Link Between Worlds. Maybe I'm wrong, but
I'd be disappointed if they use that same art style.
really, you don't
feel
like it?
well, it's not that I don't like it.
No.
I just feel like it doesn't represent A Link Between the Worlds. Let me show you.
I see what you mean. They're not exactly the same.
Like Link's Awakening remake is very. I mean, well, okay. So I think the original art style is closer to a Link. Okay, I understand what you're saying. Also, Link's Awakening art. Let me see. Like if you look at Link's Awakening art here. Wrong. I'm not adding anyone else. Share screen. Right, like look at this. Right, like that. That's Mario.
Yeah,
But like that art style is not this.
you're right.
Um,
It's not as like lighthearted.
I actually remember when they had like the art style that was like this, right? And they kind of like were like, no, it's actually this. You know, like it was actually kind of. I like this art style a lot.
It's so
Do not
cute.
get me wrong.
Yeah.
But this is the art style for Echoes of Wisdom.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of like, all right, we got 2 Zelda games in this style, right? We also got 2 Zelda games in the Breath and Tears style. That was Switch 1 stuff.
Yeah, you're
I'm
right.
ready to move on. I kind of want a new era for both.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, to your point from earlier about like Echoes of Wisdom being done well before it actually came out, we don't know what it is they've been working on for how long. I don't want. I also kind of feel like, why did it take them that long to put out Echoes of Wisdom? So
Yeah.
maybe there's something else that they're cooking. I'd love to see it. I'll just be disappointed if they reuse the same art style again.
Yeah, I feel like they definitely would. If it was gonna come out soonish, I feel like they definitely would. I mean, they could tweak it a little bit. They could maybe make their eyes have a little bit more life than the tiny little
oh yeah,
black holes of this game, but
little beads.
because I mean, I honestly they're not too different. The styles between A Link Between Worlds and A Link's Awakening, like the remakes, they're not that different, but they are. Like
I'm gonna put a question to the poll. What top-down Zelda would you want? Would you want remade the most? I can put 4 options.
Ooh, Minish Cap would go crazy. I love
All right,
Minish
the
Cap.
first one. Thank you for the suggestion, Minish Cap. So what else should we put there? You want to put A Link Between Worlds?
Mm-hmm. I think it deserves. It was such a good game.
I mean, I agree. I want to see it. I'm gonna put Oracle of Ages and Seasons.
I hated those games as a kid. I gotta circle back to them as an adult and see if
Maybe that's why they
it
need
was
a
a
remake.
skill issue.
They need the quality of life updates.
Yeah.
What's a good 4th one? Well, we got Minish Cap. Do we want to do A Link to the Past? What else is left?
Yeah, Link to the Past
just
would
Four
be
Swords.
amazing. Like that's
I mean, that is a classic. So A Link to the Past. I can only put 4 options. So those are the 4 we're putting.
I feel like people want A Link to the Past. Easy.
You think that's the winner?
Maybe actually, like after thinking of all the other options, because A Link Between Worlds. I mean, if you have a 3DS, then you can still play it. But A Link to the Past would be so cool to have as like a little more 3D moment.
I think the fun thing is that no matter which one it is, I'm buying it.
Right. Yeah, that's the problem. It's
Yeah.
like whatever they put out, like as much as I don't want to be up Nintendo's butt about like just buying whatever they put out, like that's just the sad truth. If it's Zelda, I'm gonna buy it.
Oh, I'll tell you this: if it's like a Triforce Heroes, Four Swords Adventures, I might not buy.
It's I was really scared when I saw the patent, and then someone made the point of like, "Nope, that doesn't mean like they're just renewing the patent, likely. That's my hope. That's my hope. Is that they're just renewing
I mean,
it.
so like, but the other thing is that one thing doesn't have to mean the other is not going to happen, right? Like, I would say Four Swords and Triforce Heroes are very different. So that I think they'd be mostly worked on separately. I wouldn't be like, oh man, this is happening, therefore there won't be a new or remake of 2D Zelda anytime soon of like traditional. By the way, 31 votes in after a minute, and A Link to the Past it's head and shoulders above the competition. Yeah. No, I said A Link to the Past. A Link Between Worlds is dead last.
Yeah. Well, okay, guys. I think you need to go back and play the game. But I guess we're talking a remake. A remake is different. Like, it doesn't necessarily... Like, it looks good.
It might be the case that, like, because A Link to the Past is a classic and A Link Between Worlds is related, it's kind of like stealing votes from it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I feel like Minish Cap and Oracle of Ages and Seasons have their own, like, fan bases.
Yeah.
They're the Capcom Zelda games. Minish Cap and Oracle of Ages and Seasons.
True.
Minish Cap has a special place in my heart. That's, I think, like I said, I'd be happy with any of them getting remade, but I want Minish Cap the most personally. Although
be really cute.
A Link Between Worlds, because it's already like, it wouldn't. The thing about Link Between Worlds, it's like because it's already a 3DS game, they wouldn't necessarily have to remake it because it already has 3D visuals. They would just have to remaster it, I guess, is what I'm saying. Like, it still needs a significant visual leap.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
You're not like rebuilding it from scratch here,
right?
Or at least you wouldn't need to. Yeah, cheaper. Good point. We've seen some different 3DS remasters, so like, Nintendo might be like, hey, if we want to turn around one real quick,
this would be an easy one.
A Link Between Worlds would be a lot more feasible to get out this year, shortly after Echoes of Wisdom, than the others.
Yeah. Is Oracle of Ages and Seasons on NSO? It is?
Yep. Yeah, it came out a couple years ago.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, A Link Between Worlds is the only one that you can't really play on their stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, actually. So, this is hilarious. The most likely one, maybe, is the one that is not getting the votes.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Well,
I wonder
if and what Nintendo thinks we want are two different things.
Yeah, maybe they don't think we want A Link Between Worlds. Maybe they realize that people are like, nah, we don't want it.
So I wonder how different it is in Japan. Like what people like. Do the Western countries want slightly different things? You think?
I mean, I think that's probably why they put out the surveys and stuff. Like they have a research team. I'm sure there's a big part of their job is to figure out which regions like what and what more, and so they try and sort out that stuff, and that I'm sure that has an impact on what they want to do. I also think like sometimes this comes down to what the developers want, and then if the developers bring an idea to Nintendo, they're like, the higher ups that make the calls. They're like, oh, that could make money, sure,
right?
Or I don't know,
not worth.
That seems might not be worth it. Yeah, like Retro Studios had like a really cool Zelda concept that would be based off a male Sheikah, the last remaining male Sheikah. It would have been cool. Like so dark and edgy. It didn't make it past the concept stage. There's a lot of things are like that, but
the Tingle
Retro could have made. Oh, Tingle game.
No, the Tingle, the Rupee games. Like, have you like the Tingle balloon?
Yeah, those got greenlit. Yeah, those are fine. Well, I feel like if Retro did a Zelda game like that, it would be expensive.
Yeah. It
Those single
would.
games are probably not that hard to make.
Yeah.
So,
I hope not at least.
all right. So you're thinking something 2D Zelda's happening this year then?
I think so. I mean, it would be a good nod. Like if they're a port, if it's not going to be a Twilight Princess port, like they got to put something out. And I know they don't have to because
Do you feel like it's just one thing?
I hope it's at least two. Like a port in my eyes is like a cop out. If they do the port, like my hope is that they put out again, assuming it's Twilight Princess, like that they do special Joy-Cons because
Yeah.
the last set that they just announced was interesting, but we don't have any like custom fun IP
Man, a
merch
Zelda
accessories.
theme to Switch 2 would be
So cool. The Mirror of
cool
Twilight
idea.
would look so cool on
So
the matte black.
an idea just came to me. So did you remember? I don't know if you heard about this, but there was some talk about like a Switch 2 Lite like a week or two ago.
Oh yeah, yeah. I feel
Um,
like people instantly were like, no, and then some people are like,
there-
yeah, I don't know.
There's a Nintendo Portal page
Mhm.
that had like this thing with a product code for OSM, and it had a Switch 2 for the name. So it suggests that there's some sort of new product code that has to do with Switch 2, basically. And so a lot of speculation happened. A lot of it was like, oh, so Nintendo's releasing new hardware. What could it be? I think most people came to the conclusion that if it is new hardware and not some just random silly thing, it would be a Switch 2 Lite. And I actually think it makes a lot more sense than some people think. Some people think it's too soon. And like comparison to Switch 1, it is, because Switch 1 came out March 2017, Switch Lite came out September 2019.
Right.
However, I feel like we could look at it from a different perspective. Not so much how many years it came out after the original, but more so when the next new generation of Pokemon came out, which was 2019. They want to get out those smaller, more handheld switches out there because they
Yeah.
wanted people to buy Pokemon with it,
Yeah.
and they did.
True.
And so like I'm like, hey, well, if they are going to do an exclusive Switch 2 Pokemon game this year, maybe kind of like, which is actually really early usually they don't come out with an exclusive this quickly with mainline Pokemon on a new console. But if they put out Switch 2 Lite kind of early, in the latter half of this year, which actually would be a year and a half almost basically after
Right.
launch.
Yeah.
We have seen Nintendo, like the DS Lite came out like a year and like 3 or 4 months after the original DS launch.
Wow.
So it's actually not unprecedented for Nintendo to do something like this. Also, who's gonna be mad about a Switch 2 Lite coming out if you have a Switch
And
2
if
already?
it's cheaper, like it's not going to affect
Yeah.
you. It's just going to make it more accessible for other people. I just wonder if they'll.
Exactly.
I guess they can't. Like, I mean, they could make it so you can put it on a dock, but I think the Switch 2 is huge. Like, it is hard to hold in your hand. In my opinion, it's kind of uncomfortable to play handheld.
Yeah, I mean, I understand it. I actually love it because it's way more comfortable than the Switch 1 for me.
Oh, okay.
But I probably have bigger hands.
It's just heavy.
Right?
It's just so heavy. Like, it hurts my, like, maybe I'm just weak, but I don't know. Like, I do heavy lifting at work. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. A Switch Lite could be very comfortable for Switch 2. But I wonder if it would be on the
was
TV.
really comfy. Switch 1 Lite
Yeah.
was really comfy. Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do with that. I kind of hated that you weren't able to dock, but that also kind of gave the Switch 1, the base Switch 1, an important thing.
Right.
It's like, hey, you want to if you spend an extra $100, you will have the ability to dock.
Right.
The thing is, though, a dock is kind of expensive. Like,
They
if you could
are.
just buying the dock is almost kind of like the cost difference already.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe it's different for Nintendo because they may not. I don't know. Like, I feel like they probably make a lot of money from the docks. Docks are probably not that expensive for them to make.
Yeah, but they don't like to sell them for years for some reason. 'Cause
Yeah.
you can't get a second dock unless it's third party. It makes me so mad. But
Yeah. Yeah, that's weird.
I don't know why they do that. But
Anyway, I'm just putting it out there that like it's not that crazy. I don't think it's that crazy that a Switch. I mean, maybe it is too soon, right? Maybe there's something else to it. But I honestly think that if they wanted to do it, they could get away with it.
yeah.
Prices across the board are going up. If they want to come out with a cheaper model, because they're gonna have to raise the price anyway, perhaps for the
Mhm.
Switch 2, this is a good kind of like compromise. It's great for Pokemon sales. and it
Yeah.
might also be great for a 2D Zelda game as well.
It would,
Which,
yeah.
by the way, what happened in 2019, the launch title for Switch Lite was Link's Awakening Remake. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
That
it
would
would
be a
fit.
really good idea. And it's the holiday season, and I mean, I don't know, my nephew got a Switch Lite for Christmas this year. And like
Yeah.
I'm holding my Switch 2 next to him. I could not imagine him holding a Switch 2. It's comical.
It's
how
not.
large
Yeah,
it
I
is.
mean, that's a good point. Like, I'm thinking about it as an adult. Like, for me, this is like
Right.
perfect.
Right.
This feels so comfortable for me, but I'm a grown man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a kid.
Right.
Like the Switch One was already big.
Right.
This is bigger. So I think you're bringing up a good point. Getting out something more kid friendly
Mhm.
quickly, especially with these really high prices, might just be a really smart business move, especially ahead
Right.
of Pokemon that's coming out pretty early for your as an exclusive for your generation. Supposedly, it may
Mhm.
still be coming out for Switch One, which I think would be bad, but also, we'll see what happens. Anyway, there might
Yeah.
be something to that idea. Maybe they tie in some sort of Zelda thing there.
I'd be so mad if
Um,
they came out with the Switch 2 Lite that's Zelda themed. I'd be
oh, see,
furious.
that's
I
what
would be
would
so
bother
mad.
people. It wouldn't be that there's a light, but there's a Zelda theme.
Yeah. What
Yeah,
am I
so I
gonna
mean,
do? Buy that?
would it bother you if there's just a Zelda theme Switch too?
Oh my god, yeah,
Because
I'd be so
they
mad
have it.
because I was holding out. I was like, I'm gonna hold out. I'm gonna wait for the special thing, but then it's like I started to lose hope, and here we are. Now I own the Switch 2, but I will buy it. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna
Yeah.
buy it and I'm gonna sell the old one. I have 3 Switches. I have Let's Go Eevee. Technically, I had 4 at one point. I had the original one. I had Let's Go Eevee, the Animal Crossing one, and I have the OLED Zelda one. I have like 4 3DSs. They're all Zelda. I'm not against rebuying consoles. I'm some collector's anxiety there.
Yeah. All right, let's I don't know. I know you have I mean, I don't know if I would call it a time crunch, but I know there is a time. So let's wrap up what we think's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And if you have time, you can stick with me for some Q&A,
Mhm.
whatever works for you. So this is what I think is happening this year. All right. I believe we're getting call this a safe prediction, but I think we're gonna see the reveal for the live action Zelda movie towards the end of the year.
Mhm.
I think there will be Zelda concerts.
That'd be so cool.
I think we are going to get a teaser for the next big Zelda game project. Be that if it's the new one or the remake, there's going to be a big teaser. I think it's probably for the remake I've been theorizing about, but there's going to be like a big 3D Zelda teaser at some point this year.
Mhm.
I also believe there will be a couple smaller Zelda releases, and then we're going to see the merchandising stuff. We're already seeing the Lego stuff already. And one more thing that I haven't mentioned here, but I've mentioned it before. It's nothing too mind blowing, but I think we are going to get the Zelda park confirmed for
Oh
Super
my
Nintendo.
god.
Yeah.
I would die. But
Yeah.
they just announced the Pokemon Park. And it's not even
Yes.
out yet. So it'd be years
Yes.
and years out.
Yes, but also no. So okay, well, this is my point. So they made that announcement, but they did not announce it specifically for Super Nintendo World. And technically, Pokemon Company operates independently from Nintendo, even though there's shared ownership there.
Mhm.
So I actually still have a great deal of optimism that the next Super Nintendo World expansion is Zelda, but they're doing something else Pokemon at the same time.
That would be so cool. That's
That
copium.
that's maybe it's hopium, but I was actually at the park a few in October for my birthday.
Oh, okay.
And like there, like there's clearly plenty of space, right? Like there's
Yeah.
obviously room for expansion, but you have Mario obviously being pushed, and you have Donkey Kong obviously being pushed because they're in the park. But when you go to the merchandise shop, they have
Mhm.
like this stained glass window area,
I saw
and
that
it's like
online.
it's Mario, Luigi, Peach, Bowser, I think Toad, but then it's also Donkey Kong, maybe Diddy, like a couple Donkey Kong characters, and then it's Link, Zelda, and Ganondorf. Like
That's
they
pretty
are
cool.
part of it. They on the floor they have this giant like Hylian Triforce thing. Like
Ooh.
they kind of prepared the merchandise shop for these three different like IP to be represented by the park. So they already have two of them, and if Donkey Kong, like, it makes sense from a historical perspective why they did that as a second expansion,
Right.
because Donkey Kong's kind of like really big for why Nintendo made it into America, and that's where Mario's born from and stuff. So there's important roots there,
Mm-hmm.
but Zelda is also like really important. It's like the
Yeah.
next big thing after those two. So from a history perspective, it makes a lot of sense. Also, it is the 40th anniversary. Again, I
Mm-hmm.
go back to the cross promotion theory. We also have the movie. All these things kind of fuel each other. I'm not saying the park's going to open this year. I think
Right.
that's
Right.
that's delusion.
Yeah.
But an announcement this year, I actually think makes plenty of sense.
That would be really cool. I would be very surprised. Only because I wonder how much marketing they need to put into um the Pokemon. I mean, I'm sure they don't need to do any marketing. It's going to be crazy. In both
Yeah.
Orlando and Japan, assuming they're all going to the same places.
Yeah, I mean, right now we don't even know what the Pokemon thing is. Last I checked, so, and they actually just opened a Pokemon park in Japan that's like not universal. So I'm
Oh.
just very confused about what is going on with that, and I'd like to think that it is a separate thing that doesn't really bleed too much into the other Nintendo stuff, but we'll
We'll
see.
see. Yeah,
Yeah,
it would make a lot of sense. I think people would go crazy for it. It would
yeah.
sell 100%. Especially with how many more people are in on Zelda after Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. It's crazy to me how many people, since I started streaming again, have been like, oh, I've only ever played Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. What should I play next? I'm like, those were your first Zelda games? What do you mean? Maybe I forget, like, my age and
I bet
differences,
you
but
the park would be announced like in December, like right before, I forget when it happens, the financial like investors meetings things, but there's oftentimes there's some kind of like major Zelda announcement around then, like they did for the Zelda movie, and so I
yeah.
wouldn't be surprised if like around the time when we get the Zelda movie trailer, they'll be like, oh, by the way, there's a park. They it's not like they're gonna market, they're gonna just announce, hey, we're working on a park, you know. Maybe there is a little cool trailer or something, but they'll just be like, yep, it's coming. And maybe the park doesn't actually open until the big Zelda game comes out, in the
Right.
middle of the
Yeah.
street. But it'd be kind of like Donkey Kong Bonanza and Donkey Kong Expansion, like, oh, these two things happen around the same time. Maybe that's kind of the vision.
It excites
Um,
people, yeah. Especially the fact that it's an IRL Zelda
oh
movie
man,
instead of
and
animated.
I mean, fans would go crazy for like Zelda like cosplays and stuff, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they have to have Hyrule Castle like
Yeah.
built. But I don't even know what they would do for rides. Like I haven't really thought that part through. I mean, they could make like a light dragon roller coaster.
That would be
That would
so
be
cool.
right. Yeah.
That would be
I
really
wonder if
fun.
they would have to do it like inside like a big like planetarium like thing, so they could like
Ooh.
simulate like Tears of the Kingdom sky and stuff,
Oh,
and maybe it could
yeah.
be like a battle with Ganondorf, Demon King, Dragon. Um, like that could be it. It could make it like they could basically kind of like simulate like the climax for Tears of the Kingdom, which is like one of the best moments in gaming, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And as a ride, oh, that'd be beautiful.
Yeah. That would be
Um,
crazy. Or like do a dual inside outside. Like how they do the Harry
oh, a little
Potter
bit of
ride.
both. Sure.
Or at least in
Oh, yeah. Like,
Hollywood.
maybe
they do.
you race through like the Lost Woods or something, like
That'd be
the
sick.
Deku Tree. Oh, but I would love to just have like a Deku, like a Kokiri Forest area to explore. Nice little like Korok little like cafe.
Yeah.
Because there is like a little shop in the Deku Tree in like Breath of the Wild. Like I think they serve drinks? There's like some seating areas, right?
I don't know.
Like
I've never
imagine
been to
like
the
you
Orlando one. I haven't been since they did
I'm talking
Mario
about in
Land.
Breath of the Wild.
Oh.
There's like some seating areas in the like inside the Deku Tree. Like imagine like
Yeah.
we were to
That
like
would be so
build
cute.
that for a park. You should go to Orlando, by the way.
I know.
It's
I want to go
awesome.
so bad. That would be so fun.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going
Yeah.
to Japan, I think, later in the year.
Now
And
I'm
I'm
jealous.
hoping to go. I know. I'm so
Yeah.
excited. I've been wanting to go
Yeah.
for so long. But
That's awesome.
is there in Orlando at the Nintendo Land? Do they do Peach's Castle, or is it no? Like it's just the green hills.
No, yeah, there's a castle. Um, um, you have Peach's Castle and Bowser's Castle
Oh,
at Super Nintendo World.
wow.
Yeah, so when you enter the park, there's Peach's Castle. It's not like super fleshed out. Like you're not walking through like several rooms and paintings and stuff, but
Oh.
everyone does walk through. You see like the sun logo. You know, like there has like the sun, like you see it on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
There are a few paintings. Like so they do that.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was wondering. I was like, if they're gonna do Hyrule Cat, like I don't know if they would do a castle if they have.
Hey, the more castles, the better.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't complain either way. I just wonder because then a Great Deku Tree would be like a massive one that would be like a
if I have to
replacement.
pick, because there are already castles, I would be like, yeah, do a Deku Tree, sure.
That would be pretty
Like,
cool.
and they could actually like the Master Swords there, right? Like, you know
Mhm.
how at Disney World they had the Sword in the Stone?
Yeah.
Like, you gotta have a Master Sword in the Stone thing so people can just come take pictures, try and pull it
Oh,
out.
that'd
The
be
Deku
epic.
Tree's right there. And then there's some kind of ride, and there's a cafe in the park. Like,
Oh,
actually, I think it makes a lot of sense to have like a Kokiri Forest like ride that could even be kind of like it'd be like, because you know there's like rivers and water around the Deku, like the Kokiri Forest. Like they
Yeah.
could create like kind of like a little bit of a boat ride, and it's kind of like misty and spooky in places. Because they have a part that's like kind of haunted looking. They have like a very magical fairy like area. Like they could easily make that could be like a nice like complimentary second ride to the giant crazy dragon roller coaster or whatever they do.
that'd be sick.
Yeah. Yeah,
Ugh.
I'm dreaming here.
Yeah, I think that's a really lofty hope. But I mean, I do think that's in the future. And if they announce it, that would be honestly, I think I'd be more surprised by that than anything else.
I don't know if they how it advertises this year. I think just
Yeah.
announcing that it's in the works.
Yeah, they have so much to advertise right now.
Yeah.
That's the
Well,
big
I
problem
mean,
with Zelda Anniversary right now.
yeah. I mean, I think the cross promotion, it all kind of helps each other.
I
So
hope so. I hope so.
yeah. We do have there was that picture on Instagram that was leaked with Aonuma in a construction hat next to Miyamoto making plans at Super Nintendo World. Aonuma is, why would he be there? He works
Right.
at
That's
Zelda,
Zelda,
so
yeah.
I mean, like I said, I went to the park. I feel like it's already set up for that to be the next expansion to Super Nintendo World. I understand they have the Pokemon thing, but I don't think they didn't actually mention Super Nintendo World. They just said
That's so
it's a
weird.
collaboration. So
Huh.
I think but the thing is, it's also Pokemon's 30th anniversary this year.
Right.
Like they might just be hard pushing both.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, because they're still pushing, selfishly, Mario so hard. And, like, people are worried about, not worried. They want a 3D Mario game now. But, like,
Yeah.
that's why I fear that we're not going to get much in February, like, much information. Because
Sure.
they have to keep pushing the movie. And, like, it's crazy that they don't have a new 3D Mario.
It comes out. I agree.
That's
I think
crazy.
Well, I think they do have it. I just don't think. I think they're
Right.
focused on the movie. I mean, to your point about Zelda, I think it also applies to 3D Mario. If 3D Mario is like right around the corner, some people don't think it is. I think it kind of needs
It
to be.
needs to be, yeah.
And I don't think there's really excuses because the Bonanza team, while it was made by part of the Odyssey team, it was not all of them. There are a lot of key members missing. Also, there's no way the Odyssey team only made Bonanza in 8 years.
Yeah.
That does not take years to make. So I
No.
definitely think there's something else. We've never had a console not go 2 holidays without a mainline Mario game, a
Right.
new one. So like this, it would just be so weird, especially with the 40th anniversary, the movie. I think what makes the most sense is that they're going to announce it after the movie comes out, and that's going to be kind of like taking it. That's going to be like that second wind, like the same thing that is literally exactly did with Mario Wonder, but this time it's 3D Mario. But I mean, I think it's interesting because I remember like theorizing this like a while back. I think that the big idea with Switch 2 coming out the time it has, you have Mario's 40th anniversary, you have the Mario movie, now you have Zelda's 40th anniversary, you have the Zelda movie, right? Maybe there's a park thing, the Donkey Kong Park thing just happened, Pokemon's 30th anniversary, the next generation Pokemon. It's all kind of aligning in a 2-year window, and all of that could be really strong for pushing sales for Nintendo's biggest IP to kind of push their generation, right? So I think there was a question earlier about if Nintendo has a plan. I think the plan is Mario, Pokemon, Zelda, anniversary, cross promotion stuff, movies, and games are all meant to kind of really push sales to start.
Yeah, they'd
So,
need to. Because no one, I mean, I know the Switch 2 didn't sell that poorly, but like it could sell so much better. Like it's so much better than the Switch
yeah.
1.
Well, I mean, it's currently pacing ahead of every other console in history.
That's great.
So, like, the thing is that right now, because everything's so expensive, in November sales were down across the board, but in
Mhm.
December Switch 2 had the best December in the industry, and they're still pacing for the 19 million, which is 4 million ahead of their 15 million forecast. So like they're still doing good.
Right. Right.
But
But it feels
there
bad
is
right now.
there is a little, there is still like a little bit of a, it feels like they've lost a little bit of momentum.
Yeah.
I wonder how much of that was by design.
Get it all
I
at
don't remember.
once.
I don't remember. Maybe I'm just getting too old. But I don't remember if I was talking about this when you came in or before. But you know, I was talking about how like, hey, like Tomodachi. Yeah, we were talking about Tomodachi Life and Pokopia. Like, I think those are really good games, but not to sell Switch 2.
Right.
They're good to have people like, oh yeah, I already have the console, or I have Switch 1, I don't need it because Pokopia. I keep Pokopia is exclusive to Switch 2,
Right.
but Tomodachi Life is not. That's
Right.
gonna sell gangbusters.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, I think I put on my predictions. I feel like something 2D Zelda is going to happen, something 3D Zelda is going to happen, but like smaller little
Yeah.
releases, teasers for big stuff, concerts, movie stuff, and at the end of the year they'll confirm the park, in my opinion.
Right.
I don't know if you had. I know yours is a little different. You're strong with Twilight Princess. You're feeling like there's got to be a little bit of 2D Zelda too, though, right?
Yeah. Well, I feel like it's gonna be in February. They're just gonna gloss over the 40th anniversary like they always do.
Yeah.
And they're just gonna say, okay, here's Twilight Princess. Shut up. You get it in the summer, and then once Mario marketing is all done, that's when I think they're gonna start teasing more things.
I agree.
So the summer, if they do like a June direct, like I feel like it's usually June, right? Then that would be the perfect time for them to move on and then start giving Zelda love, which sucks because it's like we're in the anniversary month. Can we, for once, please?
Yeah, they don't care about the anniversary month usually.
No.
They usually start like, hey, it's November, 9 months or something after the anniversary. Now we're celebrating the anniversary for Christmas, where you'll buy things more. Anyway, let's get to the chat. And feel free to just speak your mind as I get to these things. Let's see here. So, okay, I think this is the latest, or not the latest, the opposite, the oldest one I haven't gone to. Taker 610 with a super chat. Thank you for the super chat, Taker. 2024 Echoes of Wisdom, 2025 Age of Imprisonment, 2026, 27 Zelda movie, 2028 new mainline game, something Zelda every year. Does the movie count in that? I think you got to have a game in the movie as well. In the same year. So that's the year I'm predicting Ocarina of Time remake. So yeah, cool. There's something I actually didn't bring up. So there were two really curious interviews that Aonuma took part in December about Zelda, and one of them was about Age of Imprisonment. And at the end of the interview, he was talking about how Koei Tecmo kind of beat the Zelda team to the punch in being the first Zelda on Switch 2.
Right.
And he says, "Look forward to our Zelda," which to me is kind of like, how do you say that and not have something really soon?
Yeah, they have to have something on the lineup.
So to me, that kind of feels like, well, first off, I don't think that's a Twilight Princess HD or Four Swords kind of teaser. I think that's kind of like a new or ambitious Zelda. So it's something ambitious and exciting that he was alluding to there. Now, if you'll notice, I didn't predict anything super ambitious to come out this year. I predicted something to get teased this year, but I mean, I think that's kind of good enough for what he said to make sense. But maybe there's something more to it. I did go crazy with the Monolith Soft theory that maybe they're developing a crazy new IP that's set in the world of Hyrule, but it's still its own thing.
That would be cool.
I agree.
I'd be down. They
Yeah.
they need to start diversifying more. So,
Right, because like Mario has it's like let's not talk. We don't have to talk about the sports titles or whatever. Like Mario has other game series that are not Mario but are still the Mario universe. Like Luigi's Mansion is its
oh
own thing.
yeah.
Donkey Kong is its own thing.
Mhm.
Mario Kart is its own thing,
Right.
right? But they're technically a part of the Mario. I don't want to call Donkey Kong a spin-off of Mario because technically Mario
Right,
came
the
from
other
Donkey Kong,
right.
but same difference, right?
Mhm.
Um, Zelda doesn't have any sort of other series that have branched off to that extent. You could argue
Mm-mm.
Hyrule Warriors, but I that's not really like an internal like Nintendo thing. That's a third-party collaboration. It's a Warriors game,
Yeah.
very hack and slash, repetitive. I'm thinking about something on a higher scale than that. Obviously not open air Zelda because that's literally like the biggest budget thing Nintendo has to offer.
Mhm.
Um, but something that is kind of like Luigi's Mansion level, I think Nintendo needs to get to for the Zelda universe. And so if they had a game that kind of was like an action RPG series set in the world of Hyrule, so you gotta get different explorations and adventures of the world of Hyrule, but not necessarily based off Link or like there's a lot of potential there.
Right.
Now, maybe this is another crackpot theory, but like, you know, at some point or another, I think they gotta do something like that. Um, Zelda's huge, so
Yeah.
I think it could warrant another ambitious series and not just spin-offs and remasters.
Yeah. They're they're going to get a lot of hate, I feel like, no matter what they do with series when making big changes like that, but I think it'll be a nice breath of fresh air as long as we get something to bring us back after Breath of the Wild and Tears, then I'm happy, and then they can do whatever they want after. Like maybe every other kind of switch what they're doing.
How would you feel if when they remake when they remake Ocarina of Time, right? Um, that they when they go back to the dungeons, they don't just like make them look nicer, but they also remix them. Like they make them
Oh.
based like they kind of change like you go into it and there are new puzzles.
I'd be fine with it for the most part, as long as it doesn't. Like, I feel like there's an extent where it changes the game completely, where it's like awkward and weird, but like it's still gonna be the story. Like, the charm of the game is a lot of the story, too. Like, it's such a crazy story since it's so linear. Like, they're able to tell the fluid story,
Yeah.
but whatever they do in the dungeon, I feel like if they add something new, if it's a remake, like, they kind of have to.
Yeah, like if this is so like there's a rumor that comes from Nash Weedle that a couple years ago he heard about them changing the art style for this remake, which comes with the implication that if they're going to go so far as to change the art style, that feels big, right?
Right.
Um, but like, I think that if they were to go big like that, if this is more than just like a remastering, then they would and if it is taking so long, this should be more than just hey, it's a carbon copy of
Right.
Ocarina of Time
Reskinning
with
it.
better
Yeah.
graphics. I think there would need to be a little bit there, and something else that I know some people think I'm crazy for kind of like theorizing on, but again, I don't actually. This is one of those things where I wouldn't call it a prediction. I just think it's interesting, and so I'm pointing it out, right? Um, with the Ocarina of Time Lego set, did you see that trailer for the Lego set that came out
Yeah.
like a few weeks ago? Did you notice how at the end like Link jumps up in the
Yeah.
air?
Yeah, I
You can't
wonder
he
about that.
can't do that in the
No.
actual game though, right? So like
Mm-mm.
if they were to kind of go back to Ocarina of Time and kind of rework it a little bit, I could see them kind of adding like how like in Skyward Sword you had the sprint and you can kind of climb up walls a little bit.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be expecting them to go like full Breath of the Wild where you can climb every surface, but if they add like a sprint jump option where you can kind of climb up a little bit and jump off some structures, adding a little bit of like some extra elevation there, and you can
Mm-hmm.
jump off and do jump attacks. What Again, I totally understand this is probably me looking too deep into it. They just wanted to make it look cool. But what if it's more than just them making it look cool? It's like a hint towards them
Some
varying
changes.
up the gameplay a little bit.
I think it's like if it's a remake, then that makes sense. It's not a huge change. Like it's just like if they're gonna probably slap a huge price tag on the game, like they gotta change some stuff.
Oh yeah, this is at least $70.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it would make sense. I mean, that's not egregious. That's not an egregious thing to change. Like it was silly that he couldn't jump. And I don't know if that was like technology
That's
of the time.
but now we're accustomed to jumping. So,
Right.
you know, if you're gonna kind of go back, like people are like, well, if like this is not like Skyward Sword was like a very simple remaster, like they were like, hey, let's just upscale it to HD
Mm-hmm.
and slap on dual analog controls, and there you go, basically, right? Like this would be something far from that. So they might kind of rethink a little bit of some stuff, and they're like, you know what, we should find a way to do a jump button, and if we put in a jump mechanic, then maybe we got to find a way to make this actually useful. And so they do rethink the dungeons as well, and they kind of build around that, and they
Mm-hmm.
want to sprint and climb and jump on stuff, and that would help it feel like a little bit more like a modern Zelda
Right.
and feel fresh. And if you're just kind of reworking the dungeons, but the overlying like the overall structure of the game is still pretty much the same, they can still kind of tell that story.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think it's interesting you talk about how the story was good in Ocarina of Time, because like the first 3 dungeons you have to do in the exact order,
Right.
or I think it's the first 4 technically. I think, but after
Oh, the
that,
force.
you can,
Yeah.
yeah. But then after that, you could technically do the fire or water dungeon in any order. So it's kind of like like another phase,
Mm-hmm.
and then you could do the Spirit or Shadow Temple in any order. I wouldn't be against them kind of having like, all right, so you have the forest. I mean, the forest one you got to do first
Mm-hmm.
regardless. That's like a
Right.
tutorial, but I wouldn't be upset if they were like the first, the second, and third dungeon. They're also like, hey, you could do these in either order either.
Yeah.
And so every couple dungeons, there's like a new phase, which is already in Ocarina of Time. They just kind of like expand on that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I actually think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't remember if you really how much the weapons were limiting you in those first, well, the second 2 and 3. I don't remember. It's been so long since I replayed through them. That'd be the only thing limiting them, is if whatever item you got was
Yeah,
holding you
right.
back.
I'm trying to remember like what. So in the fire, I mean, the fire dungeon, there's not any limitations because you get that right after. You can go there pretty much. The only thing that's holding you back is getting permission from Hyrule Castle to go up to Death Mountain.
Oh.
The water one, do you get a letter or something?
I don't remember.
Oh, I think I remember that you have to go and you have to play Zelda's song to get into Zora's domain. I think you I don't I'm just trying to remember if you
Okay.
need to do the there's probably something like you do get the arm bracelet, maybe you need that strength to move something to allow you to get further into Zora's domain or something. I don't know what it is that they limit you, but you know,
Yeah.
I think they could play around with that if they really wanted to. I don't know if they will,
Yeah.
but you know, they could.
That'd be really
Anyway,
nice.
yeah. Anyway, going back to Taker's question, I think Nintendo in general does aim for a near annual Zelda release. There's always something. So you know, I expect something this year for sure,
Mm-hmm.
and I think they're going to continue that, especially over these next couple of years. These are the important years. So, George FT 235 with a super chat. Thank you for a super chat, George. Hey guys, great discussion. Thank you. You think Zelda would have had the success it has now if it stayed with the old 3D formula the devs wanted to stray away from after Skyward Sword and go back to the OG Zelda? No, I actually think doing Breath of the Wild was huge. I think Breath of the Wild success strongly contributed to the success of the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
I think, you know, if they didn't do something like this, they wouldn't have grown to this level, you know? Like,
Yeah.
think about this. The Wii sold over 100 million units. Twilight Princess was a launch title. It did go on to become the best-selling Zelda until Breath of the Wild, right? A little bit, like a million or so more than Ocarina of Time. It did have the GameCube version to help. I think the GameCube version sold like 1 million or something, so it definitely helped. But you know, Twilight Princess was still, even though it went on to become the best-selling Zelda, the level it's at, which is like 8 million something, is not even in the stratosphere of where Breath of the Wild is at, right? Breath of the Wild's like at
Right.
35 million.
Yeah.
And so, you know, clearly they tapped into a whole other level of audience here.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't just Zelda. Other IP did it. Mario did it. Pokemon's always kind of so ridiculous, but they did it a few times. Smash did it. There was a lot of record sales for different Nintendo IP, but Zelda was like the third or fourth best selling Switch game outside of like Let me just look. It's Mario Kart, Animal Crossing. It might be Breath of the Wild, or if not, it's Smash. They're the top 4
Pandemic
top
was
selling.
huge, so.
Oh well, yeah. That for Switch for Animal Crossing, it was literally the perfect storm. Yeah. So top sales, right? Mario Kart's at 69.5 million as of September 30th. Animal Crossing 48.62. It's blows my mind. Smash is 36.93. Breath of the Wild's only at 33.34. I say only, but that's still well over 30 million copies. Yeah. And so, how do they get to that level without like the open world, open air format, the ability to really the abilities of like Cryonis and Magnesis and Stasis and all these shrines being able to do all sorts of crazy things, and people sharing being able to do all these crazy things throughout the shrines and the open world, that pushed the game. So if they just did like an HD version of, I mean, not Twilight Princess, but I mean basically, whatever, something like that, I guess, right? Like maybe Twilight Princess cell shaded, I guess. Like it would not have done nearly as well. I don't think so. It might have hit a new record. Maybe it would have hit like 10, 11 million or something, but I don't think they would have reached the success they've had if they didn't go in this direction.
I think Tears of the King, like if it was after Breath of the Wild, I think there's some argument that it could have been fine, because I think a lot of people bought Breath of the Wild because, one, it was a release title.
Yeah.
And then they play it, and then you have people like me who are, I loved the game, it was fun, but we're pissed because they wanted more. And so like if they had then gone back to the original formula after that, I think they still would have had a good argument, but I don't think they would have like go to the literal OG formula ever. But they could go back to a point where it feels like home.
I do like, I mean, we kind of touched on it earlier. I think there's going to be a happy middle ground. I think we've already seen them trending in this direction. But they're never going to go away. Like open air is here to stay. But are they going to do some stuff that kind of makes traditionalists content? And I think the answer to that is maybe. At least a little yes.
Maybe.
At least a little yes.
It's entirely possible.
Yeah. I do think Ocarina of Time Remake's going to sell ridiculously.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's like at least 10 million copies.
Oh yeah, easy.
Yeah.
It would get old people to buy the consoles.
Oh yeah. And especially if they do kind of modernize it and they do a little bit of this kind of middle ground thing we're talking about, not to the same extent, but a little bit, I think that would help. And maybe that's one of the reasons why they would want to do that, right? Like adding some Breath of the Wild-esque elements like the running and jumping and stuff like that. It would help a lot of people, I think, be more interested.
Yeah, people want quality of life.
Yeah. And if the dungeons kind of feel a little open-ended too, with like, just kind of like very Breath of the Wild style, but, grander scale with the dungeons, I think that would help. Anyway, next, Demonic Brawler with a super chat. 2D HD Oracle remakes like Pokemon games trade items.
Oh.
Love it. And while we're at it, just give us the third game. Basically, just give us the third, the one that never came out.
Give it the Fire Emblem treatment from, what was that? Not Three Houses, the one before that, Birthright, and had 3.
Yeah, there was like they did the dual release thing, right?
Yeah, I think it had 3. I think it was Birthright, and then that must have been the one I played because that's the only one I can think of. Oh.
I didn't play these.
I love Fire Emblem. They're so good. Fire Emblem.
I mean, I love Three Houses. I need to finish Engage. I think I just didn't really play the Fire Emblem games on 3DS, even though I should have.
Fire Emblem Awakening was my first Fire Emblem game. It still, I think, my favorite.
Yeah. I'm all about a 2D. Have you seen Adventures of Elliot? Have you played Adventures of Elliot?
No.
All right, so there's a demo. look it up and download it for your Switch too. It's a demo. It's free to play. It's a Square Enix HD 2D style game, but it's like an action adventure, very Zelda-like.
Oh,
I know you like Zelda,
yeah.
so you're gonna be like, "Oh my god, this is so cool."
That sounds fun. I'm
Trust
down.
me. Look up Adventures of Elliot. Download the demo for your Switch too. You will not regret it. And if you regret it, then I don't know.
Then I'll block you.
Complain. Sure. Yeah.
Oh, I've seen that. I've seen this
Yeah,
photo.
it's really good. It's very, very good. It's coming out this year. It's gonna be great. But like that kind of style for a Zelda game would be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I mean, actually, that's what's kind of crazy. Like, because think about like Oracle of Ages and Seasons and Minish Cap were made by Capcom. Like, what if, I mean, the HD2 thing's a Square Enix thing, but what if Nintendo did reach out to another company, like maybe Square Enix, to kind of go back and redo some Zelda games to give Grezzo some time to do something else? And, you know, like,
cool.
because Echo Swims did just come out, like, they wouldn't maybe have the time to get out another new remake by 2026, but maybe another team could.
I don't know if Square. I mean, I'm sure there's other teams other than Square Enix, but I wonder how busy they're about to be. I feel like
Oh, I mean,
they're
they're
making a bunch of stuff
they're
too.
very busy. They're very
Yeah.
busy, but there
But
are
that
so
would
many
be
different
cool.
teams, so I don't know every development team at Square Enix, so
Right, right.
yeah.
But that would be cool to have a bunch of new little takes, as long as they're not like the mainline things. I think that's a huge risk for them to take because I think people are getting sick of Breath of the Wild, so they need to have a banger for the next one.
Yeah, for
Otherwise
sure.
we'll have some issues. I'll have some issues. I'll have some words.
All right. Next super chat here from Andrew Brightwell 914. Thank you for super chat. So sorry, Andres. Just got off work. Have you said anything new about an Ocarina of Time remake? Can you recap when you get a chance? I don't think I said anything new. Nothing new. Just that I think we probably are getting some kind of major Zelda teaser this year. I just don't think it's coming out this year. But I still think we're getting some kind of Zelda stuff to come out this year. I think Twilight Princess HD does make a lot of sense. I don't think that'd be the only thing. Maybe there is some kind of 2D Zelda stuff. So some light Zelda games, concerts, big teaser for next year, Zelda movie advertisement, maybe a park announcement at the end of the year. And something new regarding the remake. I mean, we just kind of talk about different ideas.
Yeah.
I think we came up with like some cool stuff, like, you know, just how they might rework the game a little bit, which would be fun.
Mhm.
But nothing, no new discoveries
Right.
on like, oh yeah, this is for sure happening. I mean, I already feel like there's enough personally to believe that. So, yeah.
Can't get too delusional about it.
I'll tell you this: if Nintendo teases the Ocarina of Time remake this year, those Lego sales will shoot through the roof.
Yeah.
So cross promotion.
Yeah.
I think it makes
they need that.
difference. Yeah.
I'm so excited for the Zelda Legos. I have the Deku Tree. That was like one of my first California nursing paycheck purchases. So very excited for the next one.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. So hear me out. If they announce this Twilight Princess HD, if they announce a Zelda game to come out soon in this direct next week, to me that's an alarm sign of, oh, they're gonna put this out quick, and the summer they're gonna have a big teaser for the future.
Yeah.
But if there's no Zelda announcement at all,
Would be crazy.
then it wouldn't be an alarm sign. It wouldn't be like, hey, get ready. I would be like a little worried.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't write anything off either yet.
Well, if they
but anyway.
leak it, if they already have the leaks of Tears in Reality or whatever they're gonna call it, like they've got to. Because I always wonder. I don't know. I don't have any sources, but like I always wonder if Nintendo plants things for people to leak to like feel out what people are saying.
I know people think that. I can't say with certainty. I do think that whatchamacallit, in general they hate leaks. I do believe what are their names? The two ex Nintendo employees, Kid and Krista.
Oh.
Yeah, they used to work, I believe, in the marketing department, and they've talked about how Nintendo doesn't like leaks. At the same time, I agree. I still also kind of wonder if sometimes there are some, I because the leaks contribute to the marketing. Like me being honest
Right.
here.
Right.
And I'll say this, and I found this to be extremely interesting. I don't. This doesn't happen. This is like not even a once a year thing. It maybe less, but um I had a video blocked last year about the Pokemon Terra leaks.
Really?
Um, but here's the interesting thing: they didn't block the video because of any of the Terra leaks I covered. They blocked the video because I shared what I thought was an artistic recreation for the Mega Evolution for Alligator. They didn't
What?
like that I showed off basically the design for Mega Feraligatr for the
Oh.
Legend of ZA that was about to come out. The video got blocked
Oh.
for that, but they didn't care about any of the Gen 10 Terra League stuff, the documents, the footage. That was not claimed. They did not care. They cared about the spoiler of Mega Feraligatr.
That doesn't make any sense.
Or does it? They
Yeah.
cared
Right.
because from their perspective, the marketing team is probably trying to be really careful about controlling spoilers
Mm-hmm.
for content of the game that's about to come out. But for a game that's a way off and these leaks aren't necessarily representative of the final product, it's just good marketing and conversation about the future. So I'm just pointing it out there that while I don't know exactly Nintendo's stance on if they've ever kind of put out a leak, I think usually they probably don't. They also don't take them down unless it's something that's about to come out. Usually.
Oh.
Usually.
I mean,
There's exceptions.
yeah.
There's exceptions, like, as I think
Right.
there was like this massive like data breach at Nintendo once, but
Oh.
there it's just interesting how selective some of these things are. Now also Pokemon Company handles things separately from Nintendo, so that's a whole other thing to consider. But again, just interesting that that's what they blocked.
Yeah.
And not all the other way crazier, more interesting
Right.
stuff. Yeah.
No one cares about.
I was actually pissed because I was like, am I even gonna cover this in this video? I was like, but I really like for alligators, so I'm gonna cover it. Like, I could have just not covered it. And yeah, so whatever. Yeah. Anyway, we're caught up with the super chat so far, so I'm gonna get to the live chat. Real quick. Let's see here. Oh, there's apparently more. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a couple more. Okay. Maddie Moog. Thank you for the super chat. Do you think Breath of the Wild 3 should be more or less like Elden Ring? Well, I don't think Breath of the Wild 3 is gonna happen. Like it's gonna be open air. It's gonna have like the cool abilities. There'll be its own thing, but it's not gonna look like Breath of the Wild. It's not gonna have the same art style. I don't think it's gonna have the same characters. They're gonna move on to a new era, new characters, new generation of Zelda, new art style.
Well,
but it will be
engine.
open air. So yeah, well, engine doesn't mean
the same. Doesn't mean it looks the same, but it plays. Could play.
Wind Waker and Twilight Princess are the same engine.
Oh really?
Yeah. So the engine doesn't mean it's like the same. It just all that really tells us is that they're building upon that intense physics and mechanics, which, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be worried about that. Now, it could mean that they're making it more samey, but that would be stupid.
Yeah, I'd be mad.
I don't think that'd be a good idea unless they did want to do like a direct story sequel. But I also don't think there's really any more need for that. They had the 2 Warriors games. They had Breath and Tears. They had DLC for Breath. There's been plenty for that. We're ready to move on. In terms of being more like Elden Ring, so I'm assuming you just mean the next Zelda, not necessarily like a sequel to Tears of the Kingdom. I do think that they need to work on the combat in the next Zelda game. I felt that while the combat was cool from taking advantage of the physics and all your environment around you, and that was cool, but in terms of like sword mechanics, it was pretty repetitive.
Mm-hmm.
Just the flurry rush and you had less attack combos specifically with a sword than you did in prior Zelda games. Now you had way more weapon types, so obviously there was still more variation, but I think they need to make the combat a little bit more interesting for the next Zelda game. Yeah, like you look at Elden Ring, you look at even Age of Imprisonment, like that combat is way more interesting from a, sword wielding, dodging, defending perspective. Work on that while also implementing the physics and environmental elements. Like, so from that perspective, I think Elden Ring-esque.
I'll jump off a cliff. I want more narrative, more exploration. Please, less combat like that.
I mean, it doesn't have to be super hard. I think I think what's cool about Breath and Tears is that you can kind of like run away from the hard guys if you don't want to fight them.
Yeah, you can. But then it's like, I feel like they still won't replace, like they're gonna leave all those enemy camps and everywhere. That not necessarily mean they're gonna put more cool exploration things around the world. It's like one or the other. It feels like.
Yeah, I mean, I would like both. So yeah,
tough.
I don't think it's gonna be hard as Zelda Ring. I wouldn't be worried about that. But I actually personally am very happy that they made the Zelda games more difficult. I didn't like how Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, and Skyward Sword were extremely easy. So I'm happy they made them more difficult. So personally, that was a great thing for me. Yeah. I also like Elden Ring, so I like getting brutally murdered. Apparently,
that game hurt my feelings.
Did you beat it?
No.
Yeah.
No, it was like, no, I did not.
Okay.
It was awful.
Yeah.
It was a terrible. It was fun. It was fun. I did not.
I love From Software games, so it's right up my alley. All right. Surin17 with a super chat. What do you think you and your awesome guests think about full price Twilight Princess HD remake? Would $39.99 be a fair price, or do you think they would go to $79.99? So you use the word remake. If you mean like fully built from the ground up, next generation looking Zelda game, then I would say 70, 80 to 80. 80 would be a lot, but I think 80 is probably too much. I think 70 would probably be a fair price for a remake like that. However, if it is kind of basically just Twilight Princess HD from Wii U, but brought to Switch 2 with some changes, maybe a slight higher resolution, I think $40 to $50 would be fair.
Yeah, if they're due any more than 60, then they're scamming. They're scamming.
I mean, if they even make it 60, they'll probably be like, hey, it's $10 cheaper than normal.
Oh my gosh.
So I definitely think 70 would be too much for a Twilight Princess HD upscaled to 1440p.
Wow.
Yeah, that'd be too much.
Oh my goodness. By the way, yeah. I think. Never mind. I'm not gonna go there. It's fine. We can move on.
Well, now I want to know.
I don't know.
Should I talk? Can we talk about it later?
We can talk about it later. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna beat a dead horse.
Right.
So.
Okay. We'll beat the dead horse offline.
Yeah.
Not literally.
No.
I do not support animal cruelty.
We love horses.
Yes. All right. So getting to the live chat real quick here. How are you on time, by the way?
Let me see where my friend is at. Okay, she says I'm fine for a few.
Okay. Well, we're close to wrapping up.
Yeah. By the way, thank you, Plushie. Someone on my stream just like incredibly generous tip. I just want to say thank you like out loud instead of just like typing them in the chat, but I didn't want to be rude. Thank you so much, Plushie. It's very kind of you.
Awesome. 8 Liaise asks me, did you guys already talk about Twilight Princess? Do you think it's coming soon?
Please.
Andion thinks it's coming.
I think it's coming summer.
I think it's now or never. Yeah, I don't know if sometime this year is my thought.
Okay, well they did February announcement and then June release or July release. So like,
yeah,
it could be easy.
I mean, if they follow the same trajectory, yeah.
That's like the cross promotion thing, right? That's like the same idea.
Sure. Sure. I mean, I
hoping.
think they should having Zelda conversation throughout the year is a good idea.
Yeah.
Demonic Brawler asked me, do you think they would do a master mode for Ocarina of Time remake? I would love a master mode, which is why they're not going to do it.
That'd be so easy to put in, though. I feel like every game, actually.
Except for Tears.
Skyward... Oh.
Except for Tears.
Really?
But, I mean, this would be a remake, so I guess it's a little bit different. Because, like, Ocarina of Time 3D had the Master Quest, right? Which is a little bit more difficult. And they've had the hero mode in Skyward Sword,
right.
And stuff like that. So, I love those things. I hope they have it. Do I think they will have it? I'm just not sure, because like if the remake becomes kind of like something that's changed a lot, then I'm less inclined to be like, oh yeah, for sure. If it's very like carbon copy of Ocarina of Time, I think adding like a higher difficulty setting kind of helps them to kind of convince people there's more content to it.
Right.
But if it's kind of like its own new thing, I think it actually decreases the chances of a master mode, even though personally I would love that.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's going to be that long of a game. So adding like an extra difficulty option does
seems simple.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's that hard to do. Just sometimes Nintendo doesn't do it. I'm kind of shocked they didn't include a master mode for Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, that actually blows my mind. I mean, I'm terrible at both games. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't know. I love Zelda, but gaming isn't always my strong suit. But I can't believe there wasn't one for Tears of the Kingdom. Obviously, I wasn't looking for it, so that's why I didn't notice. But
yeah,
that's wild.
I mean, Tears is hard. Like, there's difficulty to be found. It's just, like, there are some things that just kind of kill you like that.
I know.
I would have liked something to make it a little bit more challenging.
Yeah.
But I'll also say Master Mode and Breath of the Wild is brutal.
Yeah, I could never. I was playing it recently and I was like, oh, I forgot. Like, you get used to playing on your old file that has 1,000,000 hearts, and then I forgot that I was squishy. But then I was trying to die in certain ways for like a video just to like catch the footage, and it was so hard to die when I wanted to die. It was interesting. I was like, why is this my
when
reality?
You want to die, it takes so long, but when you don't want to die, you're like, what?
You just poked me with the wooden spear.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
It's wild that it works that way.
Angry.
Yeah, I actually remember I loved the Master Mode in Breath of the Wild. They added a line on the Great Plateau. I love like trying to beat that before leaving the plateau, because that's such a huge challenge. But they're also like major damage sponges, and I kind of feel like the game wasn't designed for that, so it's not as fun as it could be. So honestly, like, I would love it if they were to actually come up with a difficulty where enemies are like smarter and have more attack combinations, but that requires actually more work.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That's what you get when you play the Age of Calamity. So
yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap things up here. So I'm gonna end the poll. We got 159 votes.
Oh shoot.
And what do you think won? Don't look at the live chat. Don't look.
Okay, well, I already knew that Link to the Past was at like 50% earlier, so it's got to be a Link to the Past.
Well, as it turns out, while you looked away for however long, the results changed so much that you're still right. A Link to the Past has basically half the votes. Oracle of Ages and Seasons 23, Minish Cap 16, A Link Between Worlds 12%. One more person snuck in a vote at the end for a total of 160 votes here.
Dang.
The people have spoken. A Link to the Past is the president.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it deserves it probably the most out of all of them.
Yeah. And I also think because a lot of traditional, like, we call it traditional, but prior era Zelda fans miss that style. So getting that, I mean, they're all in that style actually. Well, Link Between Worlds are changing that actually, but the other three
pretty similar.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, I think it's a good time to end it. Been running for a while anyway. I'm trying to go to sleep early now.
Good
see
for
how
you.
long that lasts. We'll see how long that lasts. But Andion, thank you for coming on. I had a great time talking to you about Zelda. Guys, please make sure to check her out. Her channel is linked in the description below. Find her Twitch as well. Actually, I didn't add your Twitch in the description. Let me add it now.
That's okay. It's fine.
Twitch. I mean, you can
It's the
find it
same
through your
username.
YouTube, right?
Yeah, it's the same username.
Yeah.
They're identical. Yeah, this was really fun. I've never have been able to have like a Zelda discussion with someone who also is passionate about the game, so this is really cool experience.
Yeah, no, happy to have you. This is great. I found your Twitch.
Woohoo!
You have a new follower now.
Wow, thanks. I don't even have my alerts up. I couldn't figure it out apparently on this PC, so. But thank you, I appreciate it.
No problem. All right, I'm putting the link in the chat, but it will be in the description as well momentarily. But yeah, her channel's linked. Her Twitch will be linked. Check her out, guys. Yeah, show her some love. Maybe she'll come back. We'll see. But it's been fun.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I hope you have a good early sleep. And then, yeah, maybe until next time.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Have a good time, guys.
Right.
See you later.
Bye. I don't know if I was supposed to leave the call, but I left the call. Plushie, that is a crazy donation. I did not want to like completely throw off what we were talking about on there because I don't know. I was nervous. But thank you so much. That's crazy. That was insane. A $300 donation is crazy. You're crazy. In a very nice way. I really appreciate it. I know you guys don't really care about Zelda, but it's my favorite thing. You can buy an Ethernet cord. No, I bought an Ethernet cord and my internet is still awful. My upload was 3. It's actually, no, it came back up to 20, but they're going to come and fix it. I really appreciate you guys sticking around for that. That was, I know, like, not all of your guys' cup of tea, but I'm glad. I'm glad you guys were here and listened, even though I don't have a Switch. You don't have a Switch? You gotta get a Switch. Well, you can play some other games on, online too, but Zelda's my favorite. It's my absolute favorite. So this was like a super cool experience to like, no one ever shares my same passion about things. Where the heck is Captain's mouse? I lost it. All right. Never get a dual PC, guys. Never get a dual PC. But yeah, I have to give up the stream. Feels weird looking at you. No, it feels so weird too. I feel so, it just feels wrong. It just feels wrong to be here. But it is very nice. Like, it definitely makes me want to move even more because I want to be able to use my other lens on my camera. This looks so good. It's so crisp. Yeah, and you know what's even crazier? When I came over here for Halloween that one time and was here, like I couldn't see. It was so bright. She turned it all down and like, this is amazing. Like I need to figure out how to do this on my own as well. Well, my other lens, it's not that I can't use it, like it works, but it's so zoomed in, like, and I don't have the room in my room to accommodate that. Because my room is like it's like a small square. Yeah, so I can't do that as much as I would love to. You didn't notice that it was my room? That's crazy. I just upgraded. Quick background change. It's actually a green screen. Yeah. Gotta get a bigger room. Bio, can you free the mods at the basement? No! They're mine. They gotta stay down there. I need help. I also want Wind Waker, by the way. I know I wasn't answering your guys' questions. I didn't want to be rude because this was by no means my stream to take control over. So that's why I wasn't really talking to any of the chats because I didn't want to be rude. But yeah, there's so many things going on in the Nintendo world. We're all going to be disappointed. I'm sure of it. I'm so sure of it. There's nothing inherently wrong with the dual PC setup. I just think some configure. Yeah, well, so because of the software that we were using to stream off of, that's what made it so difficult to figure out the audio. Because Katzon's camera's here and the audio's there. So that's why you guys couldn't, that's why you guys didn't get a synced audio version of what he was saying, because I couldn't capture the audio of that. And like I couldn't have it on her other computer. I just couldn't, because her camera wouldn't connect to the other computer. And if I had both of them on there, then it made a horrible, horrible, terrifying sound. So unfortunately, it just wasn't meant to be. I am new to dual PC. I just got a brand new PC, and that's good enough for me. But I'm not really like streaming full time. I'm more like a 2 to maybe 3 times a week. And then I started making the YouTube videos. New router? No, they said it's our modem. So my modem is the problem. Yeah. You're not safe to spam MAGA now. Don't. Ugh. You guys are gonna give me an aneurysm. The audio was on the game PC and I was on the stream PC. Well, yeah, I still have both. You're, damn it. Like I was capturing the audio on the stream PC. Now that I think about it, but because I don't know how to explain it to you. And I know Katzon's almost ready to get live, so I need to like wrap it up. But yeah, it was, I couldn't log in to the third chat that I needed to enter to be able to stream the screen because, or no, I couldn't log into the StreamYard thing on the gaming PC because I couldn't, yeah, because I couldn't connect the camera, but the audio would have been fine. I could have captured the audio there, but I couldn't capture the camera there. I don't know if that's backwards from what I said before. It's always safe to wrap it up, guys. Don't get an STD. It's not safe. You might end up in the hospital. Going live early, impossible. 7 o'clock. I logged her out of everything. Logged her out of everything, basically. And we accidentally went live on her YouTube for a minute when we were trying to go live on my YouTube. So, yeah, it's a lot. So she can blame me for being late. Yeah, she has to yeah, it's about to be hella scuffed, you guys. You guys are about to have the most Andy on stream of your life on Katzon stream. I'm really excited for you all. It'll be a sight to be seen. That's for sure. With all, it'll be fine. You could be one of Andy's patients. You guys gonna start throwing shit at me? I don't think I said a single cuss word all night. I don't even think I was screaming. You guys make me a worse person. Just know that. You guys bring it out of me. Thought of cancel stream. She's not gonna cancel. I heard at least 2 since he joined. Yeah, exactly. I gotta get it all out. I gotta start just dropping all the F-bombs in here. Fuck you guys, by the way. For no particular reason at all other than just because I needed to say it. Wait, Andres is in my YouTube chat. He says more screams and curses next time. Yeah, I don't want to be rude. I got a potty mouth. I gotta let it out. Okay, you guys, frame one. Frame one, streams over. MAGA, MAGA, MAGA. I'm not MAGA. We don't need to keep spreading lies, hate, and hateful things. This is not the climate. This is not the climate. We need to spread love and kindness and liberal ideologies. Thanks for having her. Yeah, thank you so much, Andres. If you're still in there, I don't know how long ago you chatted that thing. You can tell how much love I don't give to my YouTube chat. But they're on opposite sides of the screen. I had a really good time. I want to do more podcasts, guys. I bet you like ice with your water. I hate ice with my water. Lukewarm water only. It's crazy what is happening. There's some vigils going on for the ICU nurse that was killed. There's some vigils going on at a lot of hospitals for that. It's really sad. We heard it directly from Daddy on. Yeah, you guys heard it here first. By the way, in case any of you guys didn't get to hear before my internet cut out last stream, about my next video idea, it's all almost done. It's which Ganondorf is the most daddy. That's the next great concept coming straight from the noggin. You sent it from 1,000 years ago? Shit. You probably did. Okay, maybe, I don't think you can see timestamps. It's fine. I wasn't ignoring you on purpose. It's fine. Before you go, how are my cats? They're so good, except for the fact that they chew through every cord that's ever been important to me. Do you know how many pairs of headphones I went through when I started streaming again in like October? I think I went through like 3 pairs of headphones. Oh, 30 seconds. Okay, see, I'm on top of it. I'm so good at reading chat, guys. You guys worry about me ignoring your messages all the time. I've changed. I got the professional streamer set up now. I'm better. Got canceled so much, I'm not used to it. I don't get canceled. None of you guys care about my which Ganondorf is the most daddy video, and that's really hurting my feelings. I think it's hilarious. And I think the video is going to be really funny, and it's rude that none of you guys think that it's also going to be the best video you've ever seen. Blue with the Prime. 3 months is crazy, Pookie. You guys, I got YouTube Partner this morning. I can stream in 4K on YouTube. Or 2K. Or something. Okay, I brought the video when it's out. It's going to change your life, Belief. It's gonna change your life. Yeah, I got YouTube Partner. I submitted some emotes and stuff on YouTube, but I don't think it got approved. Yeah. 2160p. Here we go. Next up, Twitch Partner in the next 7 years. Stream in 16K. Apparently, I'll get like in trouble on Twitch if I stream past a 6K bit rate. So yeah, once I move and I get fiber, it's over for you bitches. We're gonna multi-stream. It's gonna be great. But yeah. Okay. That's really about all I have. What's today? Today is Tuesday. It's Tuesday, isn't it? I'm sorry. I work tomorrow through Sunday. Actually, no. I'm off on Sunday. So maybe we can have a stream on Sunday. It's Tuesday. Yeah. But I work tomorrow and the next day. I tried to get it off so I could be here. My friend is visiting from Japan. And yeah, if the internet works, don't remind me. They're going to fix it tomorrow. Twitch caps out at 7,000. Oh. Yeah, I think we set it to 6 to be safe, but it's telling me that Twitch is unstable. But I'm assuming it looks good, right? I'm gonna assume it looks good. You know what I should have done? I should have brought all my water bottles over. I had so much bougie water. I wanted to do a water taste test with Katzen. I thought it would be fun. I feel like she likes bougie water. I had to talk to her about it. I always forget. Yeah. So, I wonder if my bots work. Is this gonna do Katzen stuff? Let's see. I don't think that's mine. I don't think that's my Discord. I didn't get Liquid Death, but I have like Boss and like a whole bunch of other bougie brands. I thought it would be funny to do. That's my Discord? Oh, okay. Yeah, the alerts didn't work for some reason. I was so confused. Super sad. I know it's my chat, but my alerts weren't working. Yeah, I don't know about all that. Not the boss. Yeah, super expensive. I spent a lot of money on water. It was when I did the kitchen stream with Trish. So yeah, join the Discord or something like that. Follow the stream. Subscribe on YouTube. We're 200 watch hours away from me getting like all of the features on YouTube, like ad monetization and everything. It's crazy. I thought they were gonna deny my application for sure. My alerts are through Stream Elements, so like I thought they would work, but it's fine. We won't have this problem again. Hopefully I never have terrible internet problems ever again. One-time thing. Yeah, it's fine. Not my computer, not my problem. Hopefully it works for her when she starts her stream though. Make a 100-hour vid, easy, and I need 2 of you to watch the entire thing for 3, 4, or 5 days straight, however much time that is. Destroy the setup before you leave? Fuck. I will. Unintentionally. But I will. Split fiction. She asked me to do that a long time ago, but I worked. Okay. Alright, guys. I'm gonna leave. It's time for me to go. Look at that ending screen. That's me saying goodbye. Otherwise, I'll never leave. Okay? So, bye. Bye, guys. Bye. I think I'm still on YouTube. Okay, gotta figure this out.